Hello, hello, hello! What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Tuesday. Wait, where's my face cam? Why can you not see me? Hey! Oh no, look at that. You can see my background too. Fine Tuesday. No, Wednesday to you all. Good to see you, good to see you. And Marvel Superheroes Early Access Day to you all. Oh, I got a Fang Foom deck. It looks horrible, but we will try it and see if we can blow up some lands. Of course, I build a Fang Foom deck. Who do you think? Wait, is it not on the list? Wait, where's my Fang? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Did I put it in the article? Wait a minute. Where is Fang Foom? I know I built one. Wait, okay, Fang Foom land destruction. Is it not one of the decks? Hang on. All right, that's got to be fixed. That's got to be let's import that. There we go. All right, Fang Foom land destruction. Yeah, we can't forget about Fang Foom. Hey, what's up, Pete Van Tovalov? Phil's around. Phil just, it takes him a long time to make videos. So Phil videos come out like once a month or so ish, but more is coming. Fantastic Four Infinite Combo. Wait. Fantastic Four Infinite Combo is in standard? I thought I'd looked at it and it's Wait a minute. So wait, what is the standard Fantastic Four combo cards then? I thought I didn't have pay any attention to it because I thought they were all commander cards. I don't even see Fantastic Four. Wait, who's even in? I don't even know who's in the Fantastic Four. Who would I even look up? Who would I look up? Mr. Fantastic. Oh, maybe it's. Why is it Mr. Fantastic? Oh. Oh, so I don't even know who's in the. Okay, well, we're probably not doing Fantastic Four combo today because I thought they were commander cards, so I didn't even try to build a deck around them. I think it'll definitely be more of an against the odds thing. Actually, probably more of a borderline impossible thing, considering you need to get 4 like 6-drops on the battlefield, which is kind of a miracle. So we probably will not Fantastic Four combo today. But I will definitely keep it in mind for the future because it would be pretty sweet. Actually, probably the best place to pull it off is actually in limited. Newmont might be on top of it. Furby, welcome. I've been watching for 9 years. First time watching in this stream. Well, welcome to this stream. Good to have you. Good to have you. What is up, Effa Paracalypse, Thornblood, Canoe and Ohana, Nidu, Nervous Army? How is everyone doing today? Thinking a Marvel set is going to be the death of Seth. He's going to have to learn what X-Men is it? I will do my best to avoid that fate. I will do my best to avoid learning what X-Men is. But yes, we'll build one set. Don't worry. I mean, I'm sure we will. Oh, is it even okay? All right. What are the characters? All right, all you Marvel heads out there, all you Marvel heads. What are the characters? So there's Mr. Let me see how realistic this is. So Mr. Fantastic, I know that's one of them. So you gotta have a Mr. Fantastic. I saw the Thing. You gotta have the Thing. What are the other two? There's two other ones. Who's the rest of the Fantastic Four? Dogamith, Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, and the last one, Human Torch. Oh, Human. All right. Human Tor. Oh my God, Human Torch. Arena. How about, here we go. Human Torch, not that one. Wait, is it that one? Human Torch, Johnny Storm. When have you okay. Oh man. Okay, so the dream is so you play 4 of each of these. You play 4 of each of these. 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop. Win the game? Easy breezy. We got it. Can you check out the Spider-Man cards look? Sure. I imagine they look just like the paper ones. That would be my guess. Yeah, they look like the paper cards pretty much. I mean, they look fine. I don't know. I didn't mind the Through the Omen Pass cards personally, but All right. Let's play some decks. We'll wrap back around to Fantastic Four combo at some point. That's gonna be a tough one, but if we can pull it off once, if we can pull it off even once, I was thinking it might be good with War Within Worlds payoff. Ooh, that is a way you could potentially put them all into play at once. I would laugh so hard. I would laugh so hard if someone actually does the work to to Worlds Within Worlds, and then instead of putting like a Crater Hoof into play, they put the Fantastic Four combo into play. Oh, it'd be so good. It would be so good. So we just started playing MTG. How do you figure out how to build a deck? All right, so if you want to build a deck, super easy, and then we'll talk about our decks and get into our early access games. So if you're in the client, you go to the deck page, then you need to click this plus button here, and that will bring you to a new deck screen. And then you'll probably just select standard as your format, most likely. And then it'll show you what cards you own here, and you can just click them and start adding them to your deck. You can search for whatever. You can search for whatever in here and add stuff to the deck and get up to 60 cards and then play it. So you can also, even easier, if you get a deck from like mtggoldfish.com or there's a whole bunch of sites that do this, but if you go to any site that does deck lists, they should have a way to import a deck, and you can click on the deck list and then you just do the export to arena, and you can just copy and paste the text and then click the import button right down here, and then you just get the whole deck list in there. So anyway, reminders before we get into this. Replay YouTube for the old streams, normal YouTube. We had a good bracket match this week. Tons of stuff, Marvel content gonna be coming up if you're interested in that. A shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom. If you need some Magic cards, you're gonna make cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. And now it is time for early access day. So if you've never been here for an early access day stream before, they're some of my favorite streams. So how this works, unlike a normal stream where you play 1 or 2 decks for 3 hours, over the next 3 hours, we're going to play as many new Marvel decks as possible. So here are the brews I've been working on. We're going to go over them super quick. You can tell me which ones you're most excited about. So here's what we're working with. There's World War Hulk, trying to put a turn 3 Progenitus into play with World War Hulk. There's Merfolk with Mr. Nimbus. Mr. Nimbus seems pretty good in Merfolk. There is, this deck I'm kind of excited. It's so janky, but I really want to stack people with Modok and Maha. So Maha makes it so all your opponent's creatures have 1 toughness, and then Modok gives all your opponent's creatures -1, -1. So if we get both of those on, it essentially just hard locks creatures out of the game, and then we get a bunch of like Swiftfoot boots to protect them. So we're just trying to like actually stack them in standard. Vision Quest artifacts, tutoring up a bunch of random artifacts. There's Abzan Butts with a Kingpin of Crime working with Doran to give us even more damage with our toughness. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl infinite combo with Shang-Chi and Enduring Vitality. There is Fang Foom trying to blow up lands. There is Shang-Chi Insidious Roots combo. There is Secret Invasion, basically blue-white auras with Secret Invasion is a second Sheltered by Ghosts. Thunderbolt Conspiracy, I'm actually intrigued by Thunderbolt Conspiracy. Does this card not seem kind of interesting? So 4-mana flash enchantment, when a villain you control dies, it comes back into play with a finality counter as a hero. So our deck just has a bunch of weird, like, Mob Lookout's a villain, Red Room Recruiter's a villain, plus we get, like, Doctor Doom. So the idea is all of our villains essentially live twice and turn into heroes, which seems kind of sweet. There's Mono Black version of the stack decks. There's Demir Connive villains trying to pop off with Leader Super Genius to draw a bunch of cards. Hulk Scam, I'm actually very excited for Hulk Scam. The idea of Hulk Scam, you play Bruce Banner on turn 1, you airbend it on turn 2, and then you play the Hulk on turn 3 and see if an 8/8's enough to win the game. 5-color heroes. There's Namer or Mr. Nimbus Control. No Merfolk. This is just straight up trying to cast a bunch of blue spells and make a bunch of tokens with Namer. Serpent Society. Finn the Fangbear might be back in a Death Touch deck with the help of Serpent Society. Kemble Void trying to give our opponent tokens. Probably not a wise plan, but if we have Kemble and we can play the Sentry and give our opponent a 5/5, then we also get the 5/5. And there's a few other ways, like Emeritus of Truce, Haunted Bonebird. There's a few other ways we can give our opponent a token. Jeskai equipment seems kind of interesting. I actually think Woman Thor might be kind of good. Like, it's kind of like a Pure Steel Paladin. Drawing a card whenever equipment enters seems kind of powerful. Plus we get like Tony Stark can cheat equipments into play. Worlds Within Worlds to try to put not the Fantastic Four combo, but big things into play. Ores of Infinity Stones. I realized we have a whole bunch of these 2-mana mana rocks now. So we're trying to ramp 2 into 4, and then we can use like Beseech the Mirror to get Phoenix Fleet Airship. And then if we can ever infinitize go infinite with. I don't know what you call it, but harness the infinity of the Mind Stone. Then we can do things like Blink Extinguisher Battleship every turn, which I don't know how anyone ever beats that. Naya Hexproof equipment. We have 2 Hexproof creatures in Standard now, Leatherhead and the backside of Monica, and then we load them up with equipments or whatever, kill our opponent. Golgari Sagas, trying to get Galactus to come. Iron Man, another artifact deck, and those are the brews we got. Hey, what's up, Peter Van Salt? How are you? Variant for the 101st month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Do you have a deck with random encounter again? Are you planning one? I would see Hulk Saga there and Progenitus. I'm sure we'll play random encounter again. We played it not that long ago, so I don't have a random encounter deck for today. Yeah, phrasing. That might have been a phrasing situation. That might have been a phrasing situation. It's possible. Phrasing. Anyway, what do you want to see first? I've heard some votes for Fang Foom. Are we going to start off right and just try to blow up some lands? Let's try to blow up some lands. I don't even know if this is a good plan. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not a good plan. But let's see if we can blow up some lands. How else would we start a new set other than trying to blow up some lands? Yeah, we might make Galactus come in a bit. But first, we're going to blow up some lands. Galactus, I don't know. Galactus, I wish it had Hexproof or something. Or Ward, maybe Ward. I don't know, Marvel. Is Galactus deserving of Ward? What made you think Fantastic Four was Commander only? Because when I typed it, because when I looked it up, the ones that came up were Commander only. Because there's also, I think the problem is there's too many versions of each card. So there is the same cards except Commander only. That's the downside of making 10 versions of every character. That is the problem. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's blow up some lands. Let's see if we can get a flawless victory in Marvel Superhero Standard. Do I like the precons? Yeah, I think the precons look pretty sweet. I think the Wakanda one looks probably the most interesting. McIntyre, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so... All right, Fang Foom time. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. What's up, Alpha Wolf? How are you? I find myself utterly intrigued by the plans. The black plans are almost work together in a way that they're almost good, but with the only obvious problem being they don't do anything on their own. Yeah, I have, in some of my villain decks, I have the 2-mana villain plan a bit. I think that one has potential. Oh, we got a Fang Foom, and we got some land. Okay. I mean, Fang Foom, Avengers Disassemble. Just please don't be playing a lot of basics. I think the risk of playing this deck on early access day is some people play very budget decks, even though they have access to literally all the cards because it's early access day. But some people play budget decks, and we'll just get a do we want a forest? Yeah, let's take a mountain. Let's take a mountain. So if we run our decks with a lot of no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, well, I mean, Fang Foom, he's a coming. It's a coming. I don't even... What is Fang Foom? Like, what even is this character? Opponent Forest. And, this is literally the nightmare matchup. This is literally the nightmare matchup. They are only playing basic lands. So the problem is, they don't give us real land destruction in Standard. So, our land destruction either replaces the land with another land, a basic land, or it can only target non-basic lands. Oh, opponent's doing... Oh, we might be dead. World War Hulk is incredibly broken. Ooh. Yeah, that makes sense. Golta, Stampede Tyrant, sure. And how many other Nothing? Okay, so we just gotta beat a 12-12. Is there a way we can do this? So this is gonna get even bigger. So Avengers Disassemble is 6 if we double it. And then this is 4, that's 10. That's not enough. All right, well, maybe they're out of forests. Who knows? Maybe they don't have any more forests in their deck. Double price of freedom. Grow the Fang Foom. I mean, maybe we can just Fang Foom. Fang Foom. Oh, they have so many. They're literally playing all forests. This, if you could draw up the matchup that would be impossible for our deck to win, it would look very much like this. So I think our only realistic plan is just to try to race with the Fang Foom, which I don't think we can actually do, but we do have these Burst Lightnings in hand. Fang Foom's up to 7. Actually, wait, does Fang Foom win this race? Are we going to win the Nightmare matchup? I think we're winning this Nightmare matchup. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are we winning this? Like, we just take the hit. Maybe the power of Fang Foom is a Voltron threat. Maybe it's not even about the land destruction. Opponent going to grow the Galta up to 15 power, but we're at 20. Wait, no way. No. No. They're going to have a fight spell. Oh. They're looking at the Fang Foom. Oh, we're so close to winning this unwinnable matchup. Opponent combat, opponent. You might as well get in. Wow, staying on defense for some reason. We draw Bossing, say, well, play the land and go to combat, attack you. Ho, 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 ho. No way! No way! Okay, well, Fang Foom. We beat the all basic land deck. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone. They did the thing of, I think World War Hulk is actually kind of busted. They did the thing of World War Hulk into Galta. They just had, what was in their hand? Oh my god, there's no way we should have won that game. Wait, Fang Foom, I heard that Fang Foom is a problematic racist stereotype, but I know anything about Marvel, so I won't confirm or negate that. I know even less about Marvel than you do, I'm sure, Thornblood. I know. I don't even know. I didn't even know that the Fantastic Four were in the standard set. That's how little I know. Let's play a Stomping Grounds. I would say Fang Foom. I imagine it's not that bad because Wizards tends to be very cautious about stuff like that. So I would imagine it's not like some overtly bad thing, because I don't think they would. I just don't think they would include it if it was something overt. I mean, it's also true that Marvel comics have apparently been a thing since the 1930s, and the stuff that people thought was acceptable in 1942 is a lot different than what we think is acceptable now. Yeah, some of the Nazi stuff is a little weird, like the Hydra being Nazis, which it makes sense in the context of 1940 when, you know, that was what was going on in the world. But in 2026, wait, are they killing our Fang? No. Opponent, no. Oh, boo. All right, well, I mean, all right. Well, we're going to show you. We are going to show you what's up. 3 damage to each creature and blow up that plains. Maybe they're only playing 2 basics. Opponent loses their... Oh, maybe we fix their mana. They get an island. Interesting. Well, we will pass it. Why don't people play non-basics on early access day? Seriously. Well, let's play the Artisan. Can't target anything because our opponent does not believe in playing non-basic lands, apparently. At least it's a 3/3 haste for 3. Opponent passing. And opponent saying good game. We'll say good game back. We'll play another Maelstrom. We're about to go 2-0 with Fang Foom, and opponent scoops it up, and somehow we're 2 games in with this deck, and we have not played against a single non-basic land. I know people are metagaming against me. They know I'm going to be here. And they're metagaming against me with the basics. Avenged Deadpool, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. First time sub, thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. How old are you, Seth? You weren't here when Marvel got started. Thought you were the Mortal Gamer. I'm not. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm 42 years old. My God. I've talked about this before. We didn't do, so I had the super, like, religious upbringing. So we didn't really have TV, we didn't really have movies, we didn't read comics, like all that stuff. So I had a very different upbringing in a lot of ways when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I think that's the biggest reason that I just don't have that like foundation from childhood of like growing up reading comics or so forth. Any plans for... Oh, I actually have multiple Namor decks. There's a Namor Merfolk deck, but then there's also a Namor Control deck. The Namor Control deck, I think, is... My guess might be stronger than the Merfolk deck, but the Merfolk deck is definitely more flavorful. Yeah, it does work out. Krim knows all the things that I don't know. He knows all the things I don't want to know. I will let Krim use his brain space to remember Marvel characters, and then I can use it to remember Captain Beefheart songs. I think it's a fair trade-off. I will accept that trade-off. Please don't counter. Okay, Fang Foom. Found it. When I hear Fang Foom, I think of like Fee Fi Fo Fum, like the Jack and the Beanstalk giant. I don't know why that's I think it's the alliteration, maybe the F's, all the F's in a row, but that's the first thing I think of is actually that. Younger than Tom Brady though. Found it. Whoa, that is a big boy. That is a big... They're down to one card though. So the way this works, if we can stick a Fang Foom, well, I didn't even attack. Oh, they're gonna tap to do that, huh? This is actually kind of interesting. At least we ran into someone playing non-basics. So, how bad is this for us? We can just Avengers I think we do it. Okay, we have two options here. So one is we play Fang Foom. They're going to get to Brainstorm. We hope that we untap with the Fang Foom, and then we double Avengers Disassemble to sweep the board next turn. The other option is we just Avengers Disassemble this turn, get rid of the Trapper, get rid of the Brainstorm, this thing sticks around, and then we figure out how to deal with that thing next turn. Play the Foom? Is that the vote? Play the Foom? All right, we'll play the Foom. I'm afraid this is going to go wrong, but we'll try it. We'll try. This is definitely the riskier of the two lines. This is a line where it could go wrong. Like, if they just into the Flood Maw this again, we're probably dead. Tapping, it's okay. Tapping, it's okay. But if they found another bounce spell or removal spell, on the other end, the upside is huge. Because if we actually get to double Avengers Disassemble, we actually kill the Champion of the Shoal, too. Sometimes you gotta risk it. Sometimes you gotta risk it. You seem confused in one of the spoilers about whether Doomsday is coming to an internet. It's in Jumpstar. Okay. That's the problem with these mega sets. Like, the problem with so the easy way to think about it is typically the commander sets don't come to Arena outside of the face commanders, but the exception to that is Jumpstart cards typically do come to Arena, but the Jumpstart cards still have the MHC set code. They just look like commander. Oh, wait. Is it happening? Is it happening? Oh! Oh! Fang Foom! 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We take a ton. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. We are going to see the power of the Fang Foom. Opponent hits us. It's very stunned, but that doesn't matter. Opponent's going to untap something. Wow. Avengers Disassembling is actually so good here. So we get to Avengers Disassemble. Yeah, we're doing both modes. And the way this works, I think we actually go after... Yeah, I guess we hit the non-basics. So the way this works is Fang Foom grows. So the 6 damage is not going to kill Fang Foom, but it is going to murder all of the merfolk and grow the Fang Foom. And let's see how many lands they're playing. How many basics you got, opponent? How many basics you got? Okay, come on. 0, 0, 1 time. They're playing caverns and stuff, so they probably don't have that many basics. Especially since it's early access day, so there's no... Oh, okay, 1 island. So there's no economy concerns. Everyone has all the cards. All right. And then we will just, I guess, price of freedom. Blow up the lands. Grow the Fang Foom is actually kind of ridiculous. It's actually pretty good. Like, even when we're not blowing up lands, it's just generating card advantage and getting really big. So even when it's not doing the best thing, it's still actually kind of good. Unfortunately, our opponent is playing a lot of basics. Ooh, there's a Lord. We are still at some risk of dying here. So play the bossing, say. How do we survive? Play the artisan. Earthbend a land. I mean, technically, we're not all the way dead. On board. Found it. Gonna go attack it. Draws a card. Well, kill the Harmonized Trio. Drop to 2. Ronald Grinder for the 44th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. Oh, Burst Lightning is big. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we go aggro? Not really. So I think we shared roots. Get a mountain. And I think we just got to stay on defense. Pass the turn. When they go to combat, oh, this is actually super close. Deep Way Navigator. So what does this mean? So they tap, so this comes into play. They tap this in response, tap this. I mean, I think we're still okay. They are going to get to draw a card, unfortunately. So they tap the Fang Foom. They untap their Merfolk. So we need to not, so we got to let them attack. Because we need to block with the Verge on the Trapper. Actually, yeah, we got to block with the Verge on the Trapper. So if they draw a removal spell here, we kind of die. So the opponent's going to attack with both. They get to draw a card. Unfortunate. We block here. And then Burst Lightning, Kicker, kill that. Ooh, staying alive. Paul, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 11th month. Welcome to the, thank you for your subscription. Big super, thank you. Ooh, well, let's, Splunking. Draw. We need some land destruction. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's Glimpse the Core, get a Forest. And I think we have to pass again. Next turn, we can actually extinguish your battleship, though. For some reason, I did not expect to stream today. Normally the stream's on Tuesday. Opponent, oh, okay. More card draw. Gonna go to combat. And passes. All right. Well, I think we just try to extinguish our opponent's hope here. Oh, it resolves. Oh, that is nice indeed. Kill the Merfolk. Go to combat. And actually, no, we're just gonna turn this on. I think this is safest. Let's have Fang Foom fly the extinguisher battleship. I mean, I guess it is an alien. Kind of fitting. Found it. Deep Way Navigator. Sure. And we will burst lightning, and I think we got there. Wow, that was a close game. Yeah, normally it streams on Tuesday, but early access. We got the early access exception. Oh, there's an aimer. I can't believe this deck is working as well as it is. Good game to you, opponent. We need to do this so we can grow the Fang Foom, and then that will give us lethal. Oh, I guess they have flying, so it's technically not lethal. But for all intents and purposes, this should end the game. Opponent chumps, namer down, takes the beats. Yeah, that was a very close one. Hey, what's up, Snago? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see ya. Well, opponent goes to 5, hoping for the miracle. Is there a Merfolk miracle? There is not. And opponent scoops it up. Kind of neat I found looking at 4 decks. Downly double triggers, 3 out of 4 heroes, possibly something to look at in a deck. Ooh. Yeah, I'm curious. What? Man, standard is so big now. I wonder if any of you have run into this. I brewed a bunch of decks, which you can see in the deck tab. I did a bunch of brewing for Marvel superheroes. I feel like it's more challenging to brew when there's like 4,000 cards in the format when there's like 1,500 cards. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. I don't know if it's like decision paralysis, too many options, but I feel like it actually makes brewing a little bit trickier. But all this is, I'm very curious. I think Downey's a really cool suggestion. Can you think of any other existing cards that work really well with new Marvel superhero cards? I guess another example would be something like anything that reduces the cost. Ooh, Leyline X Quicksilver, okay. Anything that reduces the cost of activated abilities works really well, like Training Ground style effects. Opponent Freya, okay. Well, we are not going to have 2 1-drops on turn 1, that's for sure. Heroes, yeah, there's some hero synergies from Final Fantasy. If you only stream on Tuesday, what do you do for a living, if I ask? So the main, I do Magic content for a living. It's just YouTube's kind of the main thing. So essentially, YouTube is kind of the full-time thing, and then we used to stream a lot more, honestly. Back in the day, we used to stream like 3 or 4 times a week. But over the years, the mix has shifted more and more towards YouTube and less and less towards streaming, just because Magic on Twitch is not especially popular, but Magic on YouTube is actually way more popular. But yeah, we used to do 3 days a week, and then I went 2 days a week, and now it's 1 day a week. And it's basically like, honestly, from a content perspective, it would, oh boy, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, we might be, yeah, and, well, okay, we still have the Avengers Disassemble. So I guess we're actually not quite dead yet. And Croakies might not be playing that many basics. Come on. You know how to build a mana base, Croakies. You know how to build a mana base. Show me the green. Ah, there is a mountain. Okay, we sweep the board. Not dead yet. And dead yet. Another Rubon with the Lava Spur Boots. With the axe. Brutal. Oh, streaming on YouTube, yeah. Streaming on YouTube's happening. That's happening. I still have a Saffron Olive Twitch account. I haven't used it in a long time. Honestly, the main reason I still stream is I just like to hang out with y'all. But from like a content perspective, it probably would make more sense just to like use that time to work on another YouTube video, honestly, as far as like what gets the views and stuff. But I can't even really consider not streaming because y'all are really, like, honestly, I look forward to each week just getting to hang out for a few hours. Like, it's kind of one of the cool things about doing this so long is I feel like we actually have a community. Like, there's people who have been here. We're over 100 months in some cases. We're closing in on, I think by the end of this year, there will be people who have consistently subbed for 10 years, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I feel like we actually have a community, and I really look forward to just being able to hang out and see everyone and like see what's going on in people's lives. It's fun to like celebrate people getting like new jobs or like going off to college or graduating college. Really, really, really cool perspective. So I can't imagine not streaming at all because of that. So YouTube streaming is, so here's where I'm, so I think I got the YouTube streaming set up, which I've been working on for a while. So I think I got it set up. The problem I have now is whenever I try to test it, it just goes live on YouTube. So I want to work out like just the final kinks and test it, but I haven't figured out a good way to test it without actually being live. But we are very, very close. Very, very close to having the stream be on Twitch and on YouTube, which is my goal. Any plans for more Pauper content, either Pauper EDH or 60 card? My 2030 prediction is that those will be the only affordable formats. I mean, honestly, that could be your 2026 prediction. Oh, wait. If this is a okay, all right. Lemon Nagasco. How many basics? Cavern of Souls on Hero, Starting Town. How many basics do you think this deck is playing? And is the answer 0? Is the answer 0? One time? Come on. Ah, okay, the answer is not 0. It cannot be very many, though. It cannot be very many. So the YouTube streams will just be on the main channel. They'll just be on the main channel. Although we do have the MTG Goldfish replay YouTube, which is when deals combat damage to a player, external cards on a non-land card. All right, let's. Do we just go for the dream? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, we'll take the hit. Please don't hit our land destruction. We'll take the hit. Black Widow can do its thing, because if we get to untap with Fang Foom, we get to blow up multiple lands potentially. Opponent hits us. Black Widow says, ooh, Avengers disassemble. I mean, that's fine. If you want to play that, that's fine. Kill your Black Widow. All right, opponent decides no. Oh, if we draw a land here, we get to double Maelstrom Artisan. This is actually the closest we've got. Yeah, I will say Avengers disassemble feels really good. Oh, they're going to... Okay, interesting. Interesting. So opponent's going to erode the Fang Foom. And follow up with a Phil Collins. Well, we will play a Fang Foom. Play a land, and I think we do just get rid of this Black Widow. I think we can deal with the Phil Collins. I really just want to blow up these two lands. We're so close. Found it. Cloak and Dagger. All right. I'm going to go after our Fang Foom. Oh, so we need 2 more lands for the battleship? That's a lot. That is a lot. Found it. Another Cavern gets in. Vigilance pumps. How about an Avengers disassemble? Duplication, not great. Well, Maelstrom Artisan. This would have been so much better if we actually had a Fang Foom. Found it. Untaps. Yeah, he did the Lion King music, right? I can see you. I don't even know his music. One thing I've learned about Marvel though is they'll put they have Phil Collins, they have Thor, like a god, they have Thor, they have Lady Thor, they have Samuel Jackson. Who do they not have in Marvel? They really have them all. We might be kind of dead now. Now let's Earthbend. Because of this Captain America, I'm not even sure that the Extinguisher Battleship would be good enough. Found it. Gonna go attacking. Gonna not go attacking. Well, I mean, we are gonna block. Get rid of the shield counter. Oh, it has first strike too. Oh my god. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. This Captain America is actually super obnoxious. Now glimpse the core, get a basic. Yeah, I don't think we can get out of this. I think we're actually just kind of hard locked here. And I think we're just dead, right? Spectacular Spider-Man. All about it. Grows the dorks, goes to combat. Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything about it. We can extinguish your battleship, it just does not matter because of the Captain America and how big everything is. Yeah, we're actually dying to Phil Collins. Oh, that would have been so good at various points. Yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, the heroes, we're gonna try a hero deck at some point. I'm very curious. Do you think, chat? I'm very curious. Is there any world where there's a real hero or villain deck in Standard? Any chance that there's an actual, real, true hero and villain deck? I've seen a couple people play them on early access day, and it seems like if you like curve out with them, they're fine. Whether or not they actually stand up to real like early access day is its own unique, very fun thing, right? It's everyone trying the new cars. One of my favorite days of every set is just like everyone doing fun, cool things. But then reality hits, and you play Izzet 30% of the time, and Badger Mole Cub the other 30%. And then things look a little bit different sometimes. Yeah, let's just play a mountain. Pass the turn. I mean, maybe heroes are deck like... So we presumably are getting like 4 more Marvel sets. It seems like they're all going to be in Standard together. So we probably end up in a world where like 2 years from now, when we get Marvel set number 6, that if you just put all the heroes together, it's insanely broken. So I think that there's probably a good chance that it'll happen eventually. I don't know if it happens yet, though. Villains have less cards overall, but probably have better cards, or like their top cards are better, I would say. All right, opponent's going to take our ramp like a jerk. Well, let's play a land, and all right, basic check. Get rid of that Raccoon Theater. Draw a card. If there are 4 at 1 per year, maybe. Yeah, I guess it depends on the pacing. And maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't end up being the full 4. Maybe they double up. I mean, that's mostly based on the Infinity Stones. So maybe they double up. Maybe they double up and have multiple Infinity Stones in a set. I guess that would be a possibility. This hand is kind of doing nothing. Is there even any... They have so many basics. The problem... Yeah, man, there's just so many basics. What does the actual Standard meta look like? Let's look... We gotta look at real Standard decks. Like, so, Fang Foom, it seems... The growing seems powerful. The copying is sweet. How many basics are we actually gonna face, though? Because we're just facing these brews that are playing so many basics. What about, like, the actual meta Standard? 7 islands. Okay, that's a lot. 4-color control does not have many. 4-color control has a single. Like, 4-color control would be a good matchup. So is it a pretty bad matchup or mid matchup? Mono Green's got it, yeah. 13-4 is. Demir, oh, 9 swamps. Oh, God. Is it Spelementals? 6. Man, there's a lot of basics in Standard decks, aren't there? There are a lot of basic decks, opponent. Going to deceit us. Well, our hand doesn't do anything, so sure. By all means, opponent. I will say the biggest takeaway is that Avengers Disassemble, I think, is actually going to be great. I don't know if it'll involve Fang Foom, like in full Standard. It might not involve Fang Foom, but I actually think Avengers Disassemble, the sweeper part is good, and there are so many powerful utility lands. Ba Sing Se probably being the biggest one, but there's certain decks, like against Landfall, being able to get rid of Ba Sing Se is really, really big. Well, we need this thing to kind of die. So I guess we just play a land and kick a Burst Lightning. Get rid of the Baron, pass the turn. Hey, Seth. you see the Miku Secret Lair EDH deck list, some decent reprints. Hope won't end up Goblin Storm 2.0. Oh, did they actually release the whole deck list? I saw some more leaks where people are posting some more cards on social media. Is the whole deck list up now? So here's the thing, here's the thing. I just fear it's gonna be impossible to get. That's all the issues around the sales of Secret Lair, just like how hard it is to get a Secret Lair drop. It has basically just made me not even try to get Secret Lair drops, especially popular ones like that. It's just, I feel like it's not worth the hassle in the time on the off chance that you get one. So I've just kind of given up. I do think it's going to be probably the most popular Secret Lair commander deck of all time. Like, one thing we saw from the Secret Lair drops is apparently people absolutely love Miku. So okay, let's read this thing. Exile any number of black cards from your graveyard with 15 or more black mana symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. We might have to try Mono Black Devotion with Baron. Yeah, the art is really nice. The art, and I'm not even a Miku person, but the art is very good. Oh, but then this thing's gonna pop off and fill the graveyard. All right, let's do this. So blow it up. Come on, please. Can we please be out of basics? Please. Please. Oh my god, they're mono black. They're essentially mono black. All right, well. Kill the Overlord, pass the turn. Just use your massive influence with WOTC as a content creator. Yeah. No, that's exactly how it works. I wouldn't do that anyway, but opponent. Yeah, we can. I can show you the leak cards in a minute. They do honestly. They do look pretty good. I think we are in trouble. So I'm amazed how many times Maelstrom Artisan does literally nothing. Like, a lot of the time, it just does literally nothing. Because there's literally no non-basics. Blow up a land, draw a card. We need... I don't even know what we need. We're about to get banned here. Splunking. I'll play the Splunking. I'm also curious how much it's going to cost. I bet the Miku deck... What do you think the price is going to be? I almost think it's going to be even higher than normal. Because they know it's going to be super popular. The art is super good. Do they get to Baron us? 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11. So we need 4 more black mana symbols to do the Baron thing. Gonna be close. They get the Overlord trigger, so maybe. Baron is a really cool card. The big challenge of Baron, I think, is it is a boast ability. And I don't know if you played when Boast, what was it, Kaldheim? It was Kaldheim, right, when Boast was a thing? I don't know if you played with Boast before, but man, that mechanic, it really was not very playable. And the big problem is you have to attack to use it. Wow, that is an insanely good surveil. Well, there's the mana symbols. Bounty gets in, gonna do some boasting. A clip. Wow, this is like Mono Black Devotion without any devotion payoffs. I wonder, Baron actually probably could be worth considering in Mono Black and like Pioneer. We might have to revisit like Pioneer, Mono Black Devotion. And opponent, gonna rub it in a little bit. Yeah, this game is super over. All right, as our opponent messes around, here's the Niku cards. Finale of Devastation, pretty expensive. Miku, Song of the People. We saw that one before. I don't know. Are you gonna try? First off, are you a Miku fan? Like, is this something you're gonna try to get? And do you think it's worth? Is it worth the heartache? Grand Crescendo. Which Marvel Legendary would you build around if you're on the season of Clash? Oh, there's one thing Marvel has in spades is lots of legends to build around. So it's actually kind of a hard question. I think the wizard. I mean, I'm gonna build the. I gotta build the wizard. I gotta build gold border wizard. Like there's just no way I can't do that. Like I have to build all gold border the wizard. So that I'm gonna actually just build as one of my personal decks. We'll see how maybe it's too expensive and I don't want to do it. Like maybe it's just ridiculously costly to get all the Ether Drift gold border cards or like piss border cards. So maybe that'll be the issue. My opponent, they're doing all kinds of, none of this matters because we're just super dead. We're super dead, opponent doing lots of things, and sure. Well, Fang Foom. So I gotta say, we're gonna switch decks. We went 3-3, which is better than I would have guessed with Fang Foom. I think Fang Foom is incredibly cool. I think it's going to be easier to use in older formats where you get real land destruction. And it's probably better in like real quote unquote standard than early access day because there's just so many basics running around. Although if there's a takeaway from this, Avengers Disassemble, the card's legit. The card's going to be very good. If not in the main deck, at least in the sideboard. But I think this actually has the look of a card that could be a staple sideboard card at a minimum in standard. Like, it just does do very good things. So this card felt great. Fang Foom actually felt very good when we could stick it, even with our land destruction being kind of sketchy because our opponent had so many basics. But it was pretty easy to make it like a 7-9 or whatever and just like kill our opponent with it. Anyway, what are we doing next? We gotta try heroes and villains, I think. We have to. Let's try 5-color heroes. I mean, we can't do Marvel superheroes and not play the superheroes. So this is actually, it's 5-color heroes. It's a whole bunch of heroes. It's a whole bunch of colors. They all kind of like loosely synergize with each other. We got Phil Collins to pump our team. Avengers Assemble pumps our team. Daredevil cares about us having heroes on the top of our deck. Captain America protects our heroes. So an Agent Nick Fury can dig for heroes. So let's see what heroes does. Let's give heroes a try. We will try, yeah, we'll do that next. We'll do heroes and then we'll try Thunderbolt Conspiracy for the villain deck. But let's do heroes first. Heroes and then villains. And then we'll go from there. We'll see. There's a bunch of other stuff I want. I actually kind of want to try Unbeatable Squirrel Girl combo, although that might be more of an against the odds deck. The stacks plan seems hilarious. Just I really want to lock people out of playing all their creatures. It seems so funny. Wait, Captain Chandra's wait. Hang on. Chandra's Ignition yellow border is $50. Are they actually that expensive? Hang on. Is this even gonna... Oh, it doesn't even have them. Wait, oh, that's the wrong direction. Ether Spark, 72. Ugh. The other thing is, there might not even be enough to build an entire deck. Oh yeah, that's gonna get pricey. Oh, it'd be so funny looking though. We might need another yellow border set to actually make it work now that I think about it. I mean, Phil loves it. Are using supportive parents for the Squirrel Girl combo because Arena requires you to manually tap all that, and let me tell you, it's painful. Oh boy, I have played supportive parents combos before. There was an infinite combo with web slinging with supportive parents, so I played it there. It is super click heavy. No, so I'm trying to combo with Shang-Chi and Enduring Vitality. So that's the hope. Hopefully it'll be a little bit less click heavy, I think. All right, opponent's got a Cecil. We got a Agent Fury, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, about it. Summon Bahamut. What are they doing? Summon Bahamut for, oh, I see, Ares. Opponent gonna get in, hit us. Sure. Loses some life. Well, let's Play Avengers Tower. Play Phil Collins. Do we attack? I think they're not going to block, right? If they block, they lose. They lose the ability to play Ares. And I assume they want to play the Ares. So now they can land Ares. Mountain for our opponent. Wow, all right, opponent not going to play the Ares. Interesting. Instead plays a Springleaf Drum. And does some attacking. Huh. We are flooding out a wee bit. Just a bit. I'll play this on white. Untapped. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just have to Origins of the Avengers. See if we can scrap. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of lands. Golly. What? Was that? Wait, is that 8 lands in our top 10? God. First time catching your stream live, I want to say thanks for the awesome content. I don't play much anymore, but I love seeing the great brews. Well, thank you, Dragon Frogs, and welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Yeah, opponent. Sooner or later, they're going to play this. Now they're use it or lose it with Ares. Like, if they don't play it, they don't have a Saga, so it's gone forever. All right, they're going to play the Ares. It gets haste. They smash in for a bunch of damage. Yeah, I mean, we take it. We are not in a good spot. We have not drawn many heroes. We have just drawn lands. Opponent. Well, okay. I mean, Wolverine's kind of good here. Cavern on hero. So we can Wolverine. Fight down the Ares. The hero beats the villain. And yeah, I guess we hit him with both and go aggro. Yeah, let's hit him with both. Opponent. Down to 9. Okay, heroes. Heroes winning. When is Thanos against the odds coming? I have a Thanos deck too. We can try it. Thanos, the main challenge with both Thanos and Nick Fury. Ooh. Ooh, does that make us die? We don't die, but that does hurt. And they get to flip the Cecil. So we get counters on things. Play the Quicksilver. Multiversal Passage on red. And then I guess we just have to pass and play defense? So this has to attack. So this attack sacrifice goes back to hand. I mean, if they have removal, we're really, really, really in trouble. If they don't have removal, we do get to Avengers Disassemble next turn. Ruinous Wrecking Crew. X1. Okay. Going to tap it to float a mana. Okay, and we'll sack the Quicksilver. Summon Burnhilder. Gonna draw another Cedric. So when our opponent goes to combat, we need to kill this. And let's see what they do. Opponent gonna get in with the Ares. I mean, Wolverine will just kill it. I mean, I guess it's got to attack. So it goes back to hand. Oh, even more lands. Ay, 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 ay. That is a lot of lands. Bone it. Summon, burn. This is an incredible amount of lands. Bone it. Cedric, yeah. I think he opened for Phil Collins once. Does it feel strange to be playing with real Spider-Man cards? Honestly, I didn't even really notice. Seriously. Seriously. Alright, so opponent, Bitter Triumph. And a Hawkeye with haste. Attacks. I think they could have killed us here if they thought about it a little bit. So block the summon Bernhilder. Actually, no, that makes us die anyway. We have to block here. And that's going to die anyway. Yeah, all right. Sure. And then Hawkeye, I mean, they could have just killed us by making us not block, but I guess this kills us slightly later with the Hawkeye. Hey, what's up, Megavox? How are you? Wow, I don't know what to say about that one other than that was an insane amount of lands for us to draw. That was an absolutely, like, kind of unbelievable amount of lands. Hard to win with the only land draw. How many lands? Let me see. How many lands are we even playing in this deck? 24? It is 24 lands. But I feel like 24 is probably... We have like 5 drops. I feel like 24 is the number you gotta play. But we just parent on the top of our deck that game. Have you tried the Fang Foom deck you taught? Yeah, that was actually the first deck we played. I mean, so we learned that Avengers Disassemble is very good. And we learned that standard players just play infinite basic lands. infinite. So the actual land destruction ability is hilariously bad. But Fang Foom itself gets kind of big, which is kind of cool. So I think we went 3-3. We went 3-3 with it overall, which is, I mean, records on early access day means quite literally nothing. But yeah, so it was fun. It was fun. There's just too many basics and not enough real land destruction to really do the land destruction thing. But as a Voltron threat, it was pretty good. All right, opponent. All the good lands on Arena are rares. It's expensive. Yeah, that is one of the most costly aspects of Magic. And sadly, that is 100% intentional. Like, I think Wizards actually said that before. Like, basically, lands at rare sell packs. So we like having lands at rare. I'm pretty sure they've just straight out said that before. Because there's no power level concerns, right? This hand actually looks kind of reasonable. There's no power level concerns. Like, there's no reason a land has to be rare. It's not going to warp limited. If anything, being rare probably hurts limited in some ways because it's awkward if that's one of your rares and you're... Like, have you ever seen someone post a picture where it's like... They open their sealed pool and it's like five lands and one like 7-drop or something. All right, let's play this on... Let's just play it on white, I guess. Let's play this on white, untapped. I don't think we want to Wondrous Wasp that. So I think we just get down Jenny Walters here and pass turn. Honestly, it's been hard to free-to-play Arena. Now, I didn't even really think about it. I'm just used to dumping so much money into it that I hadn't really thought about the free-to-play experience, but that is actually a very good point that I hadn't really considered. That does seem like it would make things way harder for free to play. Because I remember being like, okay, you can completely free to play, but it's going to take you like a couple of months, maybe 6 weeks or something, but to earn a deck. If you save all your rewards, you do all your dailies, you can build a tier deck in like 6 weeks or 2 months or something. But now if there's a new set coming out every 6 weeks, that makes it a lot harder to keep up on without spending money. Opponent's going to do some chainsawing. This is actually kind of fine because we got the Night Nurse. Is Night Nurse a super? Is this a superhero? It says hero. Like, what is the superpower of Night Nurse? Oh, we will flash this in and block the Zach Fair if we can. Opponent passes. All right, so we will just play the Night Nurse. Get back to Jenny Walters. And yeah, let's get in there. If you want to kill Nick Fury, you can kill Nick Fury. Get in it, ya. Not all heroes have superpowers? I mean, I guess that is actually true. About it. Gonna block. Or maybe they have superpowers. They just aren't what people think of as superpowers. Like, maybe she is just really good at, like, drawing people's blood. I don't know. Have you ever... Man, I don't even know why, but, like, seriously, whenever I have to get my blood taken at the doctor's, I don't know if it's my, like, arms are thick or my veins are deep or what, but, oh my god, do I get poked so many times? I hate it. It's the worst. So if there was a doctor who was just, like, every time could just, like, take my blood without poking me a million times... I would kind of consider that a superpower, honestly. I would be fine with considering that a superpower. Well, I guess we just aren't going to, we're just not gonna care about lands. We're just not gonna care about lands. We'll just have 3 lands and play our spells. That's fine. Shame Arena doesn't do the trade system as Modo, takes the trading portion away from the TCG. Yeah, that is... I mean, there's upsides and downsides. I like the trading system, but then I think there's also downsides, because then cards have real value, which can lead to... Like, the downside of Modo is sometimes staples cost a lot. Like, overall, I think Modo is cheaper than Arena in a lot of ways. But the downside is there are definitely times when... Quantum Riddler is $70 a copy or something. Just, like, insanely expensive. Well, I guess we're just going to put Arachne into play. And name Artifact. Slow things down a little bit. And then, I guess we play the Captain America? So now our opponent, they can play the Assimilation Aegeus, but they have to get the Captain America, because this has hexproof thanks to the Captain America. Or they play the Freya. Jaguar! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think we just do a little smashy here. Tap down the Freya, go to combat, get in, hit ya. Found it. Down. 2, 6, and Samuel Jackson is returned. 40k collection on Modo, and I never play it because transforming to current form hits is too painful. Yeah, I actually sold my Modo collection a couple years ago now. I used to have I spent so much time and money on my Modo collection. And then once they started doing card rental programs, once they did the card rental programs, I basically stopped using my collection. And then once there was also a Daybreak program for creators on top of the normal card rental program, then I was like, I think there's no reason. Like, there's really no reason for me to keep it. First time back in a while. Can't do Tuesday mornings, West Coast anymore. Please, Seth, pander to my time zone. What is your time zone, Jaguar? Yeah, let's play that on Hero. I mean, if we just Wasp, we win, right? Yeah, let's just Legend Rule ourselves. Tap down the Freya. And smack ya. I mean, Heroes felt fine there. They felt pretty good there. Do you ever get the YouTube? Not exact. So okay, so here's where I got chomp chomp. So I think I have it set up, maybe, hopefully, but I haven't figured out a way to test it without actually going live. And that's been a bit of an issue. So hopefully soon. I sadly couldn't sell out because none of the major trustable traders were interested. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I waited a long time. I'm sure I would have. Ooh, free Quicksilver. I'm sure I would have got way more if I sold out earlier, but I really do love Moto. Like, I have so many fond memories. I still love Moto. I don't play it as much as I used to, but I still do love it. Who is the Ant-Man in the movies? Is Ant-Man even in the movies? The last test, yeah, that one I didn't even realize. That's what made me realize there was an issue, because I didn't even realize it was live on YouTube until I went to YouTube like a half hour later and saw all these comments and and all of it going on. Modern Atlas, hey, just wanted to say I've been binging Best Standard Deck videos and love the content. Thanks for making the work more bearable. Well, thank you, Modern Atlas. Yeah, I love that series. It is my favorite, so I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I think we just Captain America, right? Captain America. Go to combat. I don't even think we attack. I think we just pass. Pass and do Phil Collins things. I mean, I guess that's the other option is maybe I'm just like, whatever. Oh, they're going to go after a Captain America? Oh, that's not nice. All right, sure. Sheltered by ghosts. I mean, it's got to hit Captain America because there's no other option. The good news is if we can kill it, we get it back. Well, land on Hero. Yeah, let's start getting in with Quicksilver here. Opponent's going to take the beats. Down to 14. Opponent really wants to get the Leyline Axe on this token. That's going to make it tough to kill. Iron Man Armor. Alright, sure. Opponent is Voltroning us. And they're gaining life. That is very awkward. Well, let's play the king. You got King T'Challa. My favorite actor of all time, Michael Douglas, plays Hank. Interesting. I didn't know that. Wait. Phil Collins' name is Hank? Oh, Ant-Man's name is Hank. Oh, come on now. Sure. Well, now I think we're probably pretty dead. Well, land on Hero. Lifelink, Ward 2, Flying Double Strike Trample. Yeah, so we're just dead, right? There's no... We can't pay the Ward to kill it with Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, we actually have it covered with Wolverine, but the Sheltered by Ghosts... The Shelter by Ghost gonna carry. Yeah, I mean, definitely a pretty solid early access day deck. One more mana would have been very helpful. So I gotta say, heroes do not seem especially impressive to me. Like, they're creatures that you can attack with. Love the standard deck video. Love the way you pronounce Atini Malin. Oh, I'm sure I butchered that one. I played him a few times. He's a nice guy. Well, Tuka, if you ever see Atini Malin, apologize for me butchering his name. We played Land Destruction was the very first deck we played, Ritz. Oh man, people were just gonna play Fang Foom all afternoon. That was actually the very first deck we played. It is. I mean, we can play another game or two with it, but it kind of always does. The big issue we ran into is it's early access, and every deck is just playing infinite basics. So we never really did much with the land destruction. We got to do some cool things with, like, Voltroning, sort of, like, where we blow up their lands, and it, like, draws us a card, and Fang Foom gets big. Like, stuff like that was sweet. But as far as actually... Oh, no, we're drawing all the lands again. As far as actually blowing up all the opponent's lands, it just seems so tough. Found it. Is it? With lots of removal spells, but not much ward paying. Any other cool decks today? Hopefully, I hope so. Gonna hit ya. What are your thoughts on Seeker Bow combo in Pauper? I think it's cool. Probably pretty good. Although, I would also say, I guess we're just Captain America Tribal here. I also am not sure it'll be too broken, though. Just because it is interactable with all the removal that people play in the format. So I think it'll probably be like a legit tier 2 deck. Maybe. I mean, I don't play that much Pauper, so someone who plays Pauper all the time would have an even better answer than I would. But my expectation is it'll be a real deck, but maybe not a format-breaking deck, because it is kind of just a removal check. And you need your Seeker to not be summoning 6, so there is, like, multiple windows to kill it. So I think it'll be good, but I don't know if it'll actually be broken. Found it. Unolianix. Gonna start drawing cards. Gonna start losing life. Well, what our opponent does not know is we have a Captain Marvel coming. Land on hero. Get in, hit ya. Found it. Down to 5. And with this Captain Marvel in hand, I feel like we're in good shape. Opponent's going to make a 6/6. That's also fine. But Captain Marvel, the protector of the earth, is here to save the day. Opponent going to gain some life up to 7. We untap. We will play a Seam Rip, get rid of that demon token, and make you die. GG. I mean, the heroes felt good there. Maybe mono white heroes. Maybe mono white's the way to go. Maybe 5 color is not necessary. Like, we don't have access to Great Divide Guide like allies do. Maybe the way forward with heroes is not to play all the cool, like, try to be 5 color, try to activate, you know, Nick Fury's power up ability. Maybe you're just like a white weenie hero deck. Maybe that's the way to go. Gavin says they are watching. Wait, Gavin says they're watching. Oh, they're watching the combo. Oh, I'm sure they are. I mean, the other thing I will say about Pauper, I don't really have much fear at this point of things getting super bad in Pauper, because I feel like Pauper is just incredibly well managed. Like, Gavin's on top of it. They have a community panel that's very good. So out of literally any format that exists in Magic, Pauper is the one where I'm most okay with something like that, because I honestly do believe that if it is a problem, they will not only deal with it, but they will deal with it promptly. So I think it's fine to take some risks there, because I just think it's like a very well managed format. If they were doing that in like Pioneer or Modern, I might be cringing a little bit, because I'm like, yeah, I know you'll ban it, but it'll be 18 months from now after everyone quits the format or whatever, because they just don't manage it as well. But yeah, Pauper, it's so well run. I mean, 2 colors could also be good, but maybe it's unnecessary to play all the colors. But then you got Nick. You want to activate Nick Fury, though, and do the cool thing. Blue-White Temple, yeah. Blue-White could also be good. Ooh. Well, I mean, I think we need to kill the Badger Mole Cub. I mean, Pioneer is technically still a Magic format. It's making a comeback. It's making a comeback. What do you think of adding Ariana? Is that the Little Mermaid? What is Ariana? Let me see if I can look up this card. I miss your sub, Mega Magikarp! Mega Magikarp for the 29th month! How's it going, Mega Magikarp, by the way? You might think gas prices are high now, but have you seen the cost of installing a chimney? It's through the roof. Oh, I will say, Mega Magikarp, as far as dad jokes go, you were definitely S tier dad joker. All right, let's play this Arachne. And you almost were doing cool things, but then there's an Aboroid. All respect lost. Actually, I think we actually need enchantment to make Enduring Vitality cost more. I think we're okay with the Nature's Rhythm. I think we want them to not Enduring Vitality. The problem is they're going to play this Badger Mole Cub, and the Badger Mole Cub is going to give them a ton of mana, and then they're going to pop off, and they're going to play a Aboroid, because they're dirty Aboroid players, and then we die. Well, land on hero. Play the Daredevil. Nothing on top. Get in, hit ya. I mean, yeah, we want to get rid of that land. Found it. Down to 14. Yeah, maybe we'll have to try the Squirrel Girl combo deck. I mean, this is the same basic combo as my Squirrel Girl deck. I don't know about the Badger Mole Cub. So the thing is, you do need a bunch of squirrels to get started. So I was trying to like not just be like a generic Badger Mole Cub deck. I was trying to be a squirrel deck with the combo. This is basically the Boroid deck that's playing Squirrel Girl in the combo. Opponents. Gonna make some squirrels, and I think at this point they're infinite, right? Because they can tap the 2 squirrels. So I think that should do it. GG. I mean, cool to see the combo go off. I'm coming up with 90 days without work. I'm really starting to worry. Oh, I'm sorry, Mega Magikarp. Hopefully something's coming soon. I mean, yeah, but Badger Mole Cup plus anything means you're infinite. Just, I just don't know if I consider it's. Oh man, I don't know. Badger Mole Cup. Badger Mole Cup. I feel like it just makes decks less cool. Like it's, I guess it's just a necessary evil, and it isn't like some of my decks, like the World War Hulk deck and so forth. Like if you got to ramp, you got to do it. But yeah, I guess that's the way to go. I will say, so the Heroes deck, personally, I find it like it's Heroes. It's the main theme of the set, so I wanted to play it. It doesn't especially interest me. Like you're kind of just like playing random creatures and attacking and blocking. It doesn't do anything especially spicy. I don't know what the cool thing is the deck does. It feels fine. My guess is, if there is any sort of like competitive hero deck, my guess is you're cutting a lot of the colors. And you're playing like close to mono white, maybe Azuria, some sort of like 2-color deck. We'll see if that ends up being competitive. So I think there are a lot of like just interesting heroes. And if you just love Marvel and you're like, I'm gonna play with a ton of Marvel characters, there is enough support. There is enough support with Cavern and with Secluded Courtyard and with Avengers Tower that you definitely can just be like, I'm gonna play all my favorite heroes, put them all together in a deck, and you will have like a semi-functional deck at least. So I think that part's cool. I will say, like, it's kind of funny. I was looking through the Commander set, and I kind of wish they just flipped it. Like, a lot of the cards that I think are most interesting, there's actually a lot of really interesting Commander cards, and I'm not sure any of them actually, like, with how strong Standard is and how many cards are in Standard, I'm not sure any of them would, like, break Standard or anything, but I almost wish they, like, made the Standard set the Commander set and the Commander set the Standard set, as weird as that sounds. But it's really hard for me to tell the difference. They're kind of just all like, I feel like my guess is they built like an 800 card set and designed 800 cards or whatever the number, 700 or whatever the actual number is, 650 plus reprints, which ends up being 800. But my guess is they just built all these cards and then after the fact split them up between Commander and Jumpstart in Standard, rather than designing them in general specifically for that would be kind of my guess, is they just made like a whole bunch of superheroes and then figured out where to put them after. I guess I'm not the only one that thought that. What is your other one, Neotic? I think there's 2 creatures currently in Standard. I'm very certain I'd have more fun overall if they hadn't been printed. Badger Mole Cup is one of the 2. What's number 2? All right, we gotta try villains. So we tried heroes. I don't know. You can probably build some sort of hero, 2-color for your aggro deck. But heroes, too much Marvel. Let's try the villains. Let's see what the villains are up to. Let's try. I think we can try the Connive villains. I kind of want to try the Thunderbolt Conspiracy. I mean, if we're gonna go villains, we gotta try Thanos, right? So Thunderbolt Conspiracy. This is Mardu villains built around Thunderbolt Conspiracy to get back all of our villains, turn them into heroes. We get some Doom Reign Supreme, so we can check out the new plans. There is some like conniving to churn through our deck a little bit. We get Doctor Doom, a couple of Spider-Man cards, some Super Scrolls. So let's try Thunderbolt Conspiracy. Maybe, do you think they just designed them all? Maybe they actually just designed like 4,000 Marvel cards and split them up between sets. That seems not impossible. Not impossible. The other card, Slick Shot. Interesting. Yeah, Slick Shot, I could see that as well. Although I guess we've survived 3 years with it in Standard now, and it is very annoying and removal checky, but it hasn't been banned or anything. But yeah, I think personally, the other thing about cards like that, if you look through Standard, because Standard's so big, there are a ton of cool like prowess creatures, a ton of things that would look very good, but they're just not quite as good as the best option, like Slick Shot show off, so they don't see any play as far as competitive play. So I feel like cards like Slick Shot show off, even if they're not too overpowered in the sense that they just like break the game, I think they're like a net negative on card diversity. I don't think it's a deck diversity thing, because the decks are doing fine, but I think it's a net negative on card diversity, because it's blocking out all these other cards that could actually show up and be sweet in those slots. We do kind of, I guess, yeah, Marvel block. We do kind of have a Marvel block. I wonder how soon, I really think, wait, is this, did I click the wrong deck? Oh no, is this a stack? I saw this and saw it was a villain and I just assumed it was correct, but I think you might be right. I might have clicked. Okay, we're actually, Modok staxing. We'll switch to the other one. Hasbro's a net negative on Matt. This hand, that is a lot of doubling seasons. My lord, that's a lot of doubling. All right, well, that is scary. Found it. But this Modok can put an end. Oh, another Kamala. Oh man, that's a combo. Well, let's play Modok. Go to combat, hit you with a bat. And let's do just a little conniving. Discard a Requiting Hex. All right, just a little more conniving. Discard a Deep Cavern Bat. And all right, we will pass the turn. Oh, come on. Hold. If they don't start putting counters on things, we lock them. We're about to do it, opponent. Okay. Honored Ray Leader. Woo! Oh boy. All right. We are going to teach an Arena Zoomer about these blocks here. And I'm sorry, opponent. I hope you're playing some removal with your doubling seasons, because if not, you're not playing any more creatures. Yeah, so Modok has an ability that gives all your opponent's creatures -1/-1. Maha has an ability that says your opponent's creatures have base toughness of 1. So what this means in practice is we have essentially locked our opponent out of playing creatures for, well, until they kill one of those two things. Oh man, that's a lot of lands. That is a lot of lands. I was hoping we could just kill our opponent right now. Okay, discard. So we're up to what? Was going to be close. Non-land. Okay, one more. That's, wait, 7. That's 14, right? We did it. Modok, is Modok good? Maybe Modok's actually good. And opponent's a little bit dead. And, okay, well, this wasn't the deck we intended to play. This is the Abzan stack, but we did kind of stack some. We come back to this all the time. The best cards will rise to the top regardless of how big Standard is. The problem with 3-year standards, 6-set standards, they're just more cool. Is there's just more cool cards that won't get played because they're not efficient enough. I mean, like, I agree with that in general, but we have the full combo in hand. I mean, it is true that the best cards will always rise to the top. However, I don't think you want I think ideally the outlier cards are not as much of outliers as some cards are. Like, I think the best cards ideally are slightly better than the next best card, so there's some choice between, like, depending on your archetype and what your deck's trying to do. Maybe you play one, maybe you play the second best one, because maybe in your deck it's actually the best one. But instead, we just end up in a world where, like, the best thing in any Izzet deck is to play Boomerang Basics and Storm Chaser's Talent. So I think that's kind of the concern. What is our opponent doing? Enigma Jewel, Fomori Vault. We're drawing a lot of Requiting Hexes, that is for sure. Well, tap land go. So this, does it make creatures lose abilities? No. Opponent. Uthros. Titanic Godcore. Repurposing Bay. All right, we gotta hit a land here. We really, 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 really need to hit a land here. Okay, that is a land. So play the land. And we will play a Modok. And we might as well do a little conniving. Discard our Requiting Hex. And let's just pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Oh, come on. We're so close. Opponent Island. How much removal can they have if they're mono blue? They probably can't have that much removal. Okay. No one reads all the way to the bottom of this card, I swear to God. That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row. There's so much text and so many random words on this card that no one gets down to the bottom that tells them that their creatures will die if they play them. Well, that worked out. Does it work with constructs? So I think we're going to have a layer situation. I think it's a layer situation. I mean, we're going to do it. Maha. Yeah, Modok's been great. Modok has actually been great. Opponent's going to, what, dig with Fomori Vault, maybe? All right, going to dig with Fomori Vault. Discard our Uthros. We also get 2 very big flyers that close out the game very quickly, which is nice. Like, yes, we want to stack them, but we don't need to stack them for super long because we just beat them down with these massive flyers. That is Modok's superpower. Is got him. Modok's superpower is people just don't want to read all of it. Oh, that is multiple people in a row. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So with the constructs, my guess is, based on my mid knowledge of layers, my guess is if the Maha's on the battlefield first, and then they make the construct will live. But if we play the Maha after the construct's on the battlefield, it'll die. Maybe. That'd be my guess. How was the wedding? Oh, the wedding was super. It was super fun. It was super fun. My brother and his new wife, my new sister-in-law, had a great time. Got to catch up with some people. It was funny because my little brother's friends. He's like, what, 10 years younger than me, maybe somewhere around there. So he had a lot of friends when he was like in high school and playing basketball. I haven't seen her in a long time, so it was fun to catch up with a bunch of his friends that I remember seeing at their basketball games and stuff that were like little high school kids that are now, you know, adults and accountants and doing their actual real adult things. So it was kind of fun to see people that I knew as these high school kids actually like living their adult lives now. I think constructs, I don't, let's see. Let's pull up a construct card. I believe it's just part of their ability, right? Oh, no, you're right. It is a 0/0. It's a 0/0 that gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. But then Maha says creatures you control have base power and toughness of 1. So would that not be a layer thing? Would that not be a, like, Blood Moon versus Stride of the Ilsen Grove? Would it not be, depending on which one hit the battlefield first? That's my guess. That's my guess as to how it works. There was also lots of, well, it was at a I do not know. It was at a literal castle. I have no idea why someone in the 1800s or whatever decided to build a literal castle in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York. Serpent. I actually have a Finn Serpent Society deck that I think might actually be, like, kind of good. There's a lot of good Death Touchers. I don't know about Killmonger. That doesn't even have a Death Touch, but opponent. Gonna play the Finn. Opponent. Gonna get in with the Specialist. Sure. Hits us. Poisons us. Well, play the land. As much as we want to do cool things, I think we probably just need to kill the Finn. Yeah, let's get in Hitch and gain back some life. Yeah, it'd be nice to get down the Unholy Annex, but I think we just have to shoot the Sheriff the Finn, because they're going to play Serpent Society. We're going to kill the Finn. Fauna gets in, hits us down to 19. Well, alright. Not only Unholy Annex. Let's get down that Unholy Annex, see if we can start drawing some cards. Get in, hit you. The problem is they're going to start sacking things and blowing our... Ooh, not a land. Ooh, not a land. I don't know why someone built a castle in the middle of upstate New York, but it was kind of neat. It was like an actual real castle. Also not a land. This is becoming an issue. This is becoming a real problem. Well, let's play a Formidable Speaker. Discard a Modok. Get a what does this do? We need an actual Massacre Girl. An actual Massacre Girl would be good. Unfortunately, this Massacre Girl draws us cards when Maha kills things, but I guess we can take the Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, let's actually take the Cloak and Dagger. That's probably actually our best pick. Okay, we hit a land. I mean, if we can keep living, we just missed so many land drops. Like, this hand would actually be good if we hadn't missed so many land drops. Lively Dirge. Opponent gonna find, what, another Finn to keep poisoning things? Dragon Sniper gets a Finn, gets a Dragon Sniper, gets in. Yeah, we're actually just dead. Well, that is why you don't lose land drops. Hopefully we just play against some Karnstrucks, and we can put an end to this discussion and see what actually happens. It would be a 0, that becomes a 1/1. But then it gets -1/-1, so it goes back to 0/0, but it still is +X, so it lives. So maybe they just don't kill Karnstrucks. Oh yeah, that is the beauty of Foundations, Bobby Miser. Every few weeks, there's a card that I'm like, I didn't realize that card was in Standard. And almost every time, it was reprinted in Foundations, and I just didn't realize it. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need any magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll keep this. We got so this hand's actually pretty fine. Formidable Speaker can get the Maha, and then we just stacks them. Did I know that Butcher No, I didn't. Is that in Foundations? How are you doing, Mega Magic Carp? How's the kitty? I actually I'm not sure if Foundations is. I don't know if it's a wise thing overall to have it exist so long, but I do like having it in Standard. Like, it has been really neat to have all these old reprints. It kind of scratches something like the core set itch. It does it in its own unique way, but it kind of scratches the core set itch. And I think it's cool to see all the old reprints in Standard. I feel like that's something that is actually in general good. I think the downside, I'm not sure about have it exist forever. That might be a little extreme. I think if you're going to do 3-year standard, which I still hope they go back to 2-year standard, but I think if you're going to do 3-year standard, maybe you just have it last like 3 years. Maybe that makes the most sense. Oh, man. Oh, this Modok's going to be... Oh, and there's Maha, too. Oh, well, we got a shock. I mean, this Modok is actually just game-ending if we can get to it. Like, it's so incredibly good. Let's take a Cloak and Dagger. Get it, hit ya. Down to 19. We need 2 more lands. Even if I'm playing this, I'm like, if this was a Llanowar Badger Mole Cup deck, we'd be locking him so much faster. Forget me now. 1420. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Omniscience, I think. In Wizards' defense, Omniscience, like, had never actually been... Omniscience had never actually been an actual good standard card before. That was never a thing, right? Like, it had always been very mid, very bad. So I think Wizards just assumed, oh, this is, you know, it's going to be fine. Like, Omniscience is just a commander card. But this time, it was not fine. Found it. Pinnacle Emissary. This thing's kind of scary, the amount of damage it can deal, but it is expensive to activate. Like, 3 and tap is a lot. Found it. Gonna do a lot of tapping so they can get in with a Pinnacle Emissary. We'll take the beats down to 10. Man, we cannot draw a land here. Cloak and Dagger. I'll get rid of the Pinnacle Emissary. Hit ya. Down to 30. Where's our lands? This Modok is so good. Found it. I mean, you can pump it, but that's fine. The Deep Cavern Bat can still kill it, and will kill it. Oh, land. Okay. Let's do some deck thinning. Formidable Speaker. Pitch a Strategic Betrayal. Snag. Let's get the Massacre Girl. Let's get the full combo. The full 3-piece combo. Get it and hit your opponent down to 8. Come on. Hold. Opponent, land, and... I wonder if Cloak and Dagger is good. Tony Stark. Sure. And gonna haste up Tony Stark. I'm gonna activate Tony Stark. Do some digging. For a Genju Glove. Well, alright, let's... play the Massacre Girl. Go to combat, hit you, pound it. Down to 1. Pass the turn. Hey, Seth, before Universe of Beyond Star Trek comes out, which do you prefer, Lord of the Rings or Marvel? So is this from a, like, personal? Do we die here? Wow, we take 16? That's insane. Oh, wait. Is this double strike? Oh, we do die here. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, we actually could have played around that. I just did not give any respect to them flipping Iron Man, but we could have played around that. That was just a pun. That was just a pun on my end. So do you mean as far as like hey, what's up, Doug? Do you mean as far as like the IP? Like if I was going to watch a movie, which one I would watch? Or that was a lot of damage. Although we could have, like I said, play around it. Or as far as what Magic said I'm more excited for. You need to update something so I can send a tip. Ooh, that's fine, Doug. This works just as well. Fang Foom! Fang Foom is commander. I think Fang Foom is going to be a really interesting commander. That looks sweet. And $79 is super cheap. Sad News Bears! Tally all, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. Yeah, that looks fun. Looks like a fun budget deck. Blow up on the lands. I don't know. What bracket is this? Is this bracket? Does it count as bracket? Like, are you allowed? Does this count as MLD? Are you allowed to play MLD? Oh, as far as Magic goes concerned, 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000%. The Hobbit fits way better than Star Trek. Like, I don't think there's any choice. Like, I'm still on my same theory in that video. Like I'm still kind of holding to the idea that I think that sets that are built around casts of characters and not the world tend to not do well. And I think you want sets that are built around the world. And I feel like Lord of the Rings, yeah, there's a bunch of characters, but it's really about the world. I worry that Star Trek is going to just be about the characters. I think they could make it about space. They could make it like Edge of Eternities. I loved Edge of Eternities. Just like the space art and the vibe of it, I thought was really cool. So they could do Star Trek like that, where the focus is like on outer space and like just like the massiveness of everything. And I think that'd be really sweet. But my expectation is it's going to be like 10 Captain Kirks and 10, I don't know, Leonard Nimoy's. I don't know many. Scotty, beam me up, Scotty. I'm really struggling to pull the little bits of Star Trek knowledge that I have out of my brain. But I imagine my worry is it's going to be more like that. It's going to be more about a cast of characters rather than about the world. But yeah, if they do Edge of Eternity style, I think it might actually be very cool. Oh boy. Ooh, that Modok is looking scary. You know what's really good at killing a whole bunch of deep cavern bats? That would be a Modok. All right, Batron, please don't have another Modok. Oh no! Oh, come on now. Maybe it was, no, I was going to say maybe it was too greedy to take the arch enemy charm, but then they just start killing the bats anyway. Well, I mean, now this game's over. We have missed 3 land drops. This game is super over. Kessig IRL, welcome. Oh, we drew a land. It's too late to manner, but we drew it. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip every thank you. You need both a story, you also need a believable fantasy. Edge of Eternity's work because Tezzeret was there to say, hey, it's okay. You know this guy. Same with Dustmore and Ether Drift. See, I have a very different opinion. I have a very different opinion of Ether Drift. I think Ether Drift is an example of what wasn't okay. Like, I put Ether Drift in the same category as the character sets where I feel like they didn't build a world there. And I feel like just throwing random or Murders of Karlov Manor would be another one where like they threw in a bunch of characters that you kind of know, maybe even kind of like, but the set kind of flopped because it didn't feel like Ravnica. Like there was no world. It was just like a bunch of characters doing a murder mystery essentially. So like, I don't know, that's maybe that's just my theory. That's my theory on it. Maybe that's incorrect, but that's my theory on it. All right, let's actually try. So that deck, we got some good stacks out of it. We also missed some land drops in that last one. Let's actually try Thunderbolt Conspiracy. That's what we were trying to play. If Ether Drift was a block and they could have let it breathe a little bit, and you did like, it would have been a great block plane actually, probably. Like I think Ether Drift would have been a great block plane because then you could have went to each one of the planes. You got 3 planes. Each one of the planes could have focused on like the racers going through that world and like what's going on in the world, the side characters in the world. It would have been a banger 3-set block. It was like so good. But then trying to make it a 1-set thing, I just felt like none of the planes came across. Because I remember when they sold, Muraganda, we're going back to Muraganda. What do we get out of Muraganda? We got like, I don't know, one of the start your engines lands says Muraganda on it, and then I guess there was a couple of like vanilla creatures. And that was apparently, that was Muraganda. That was our experience in Ether Drift of Muraganda. The world building of the Planeswalker, yeah, I think the actual cards just felt too cluttered. Like they wanted to fit in all the racing teams, and none of the place really shone through for me would be my take. Ooh, I think Ether Drift. So you really don't like UB in general. What did you think about the ones you think are good? Apparently, Kessig, Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings. Like, are you happy that those are part of Magic, or are you just like in general? Because I know some people are just like they don't want any UB sets. I'm not really in that spot at this point. I think some UB sets have been legitimately some of the best sets they've made in a long time. Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy, Avatar, and even some of the like the Warhammer Commander decks were really good. Honestly, when it's Commander precons, they have, or secret lair drops especially, they have a lot of leeway for me to do whatever they want, and I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape about it. But I do think, wait, let me choose a deck here. What are we're doing? We're trying the villain deck, right? The Thunderbolt Conspiracy. Where did Thunderbolt Conspiracy go? Ah, there we go. All right, Thunderbolt Conspiracy. Thanos time. Start your engines on the guard card. The Hazaret. The Hazaret, start your engines. Yeah, like how do you even try to represent that Neotuk? Like, it's a whole world, right? I mean, you know more but I do, but a primordial world with different factions, anti-magic cults, ancient tech, shattered magical moon that still reigns on the plane, a Conan the Barbarian vibe, dinosaurs, lizard people, and more. And then you have to try to represent that on 10 or less cards. That's just not possible. It's not even like they, I don't think, did a bad job in designing the cards. I think it's just like the actual set design. Like the cards themselves, whatever, they were fine. Yeah, I wonder if they'll ever go back. Because I actually think, honestly, it's kind of funny. The idea of a racing set is actually kind of cool. Like, if it had come across, I don't know, what do you think about the goofiness level? If it was more like Mad Max, I think like a Mad Max vibe would be sweet. Have we ever had like, what is the closest thing we have in Magic to a Mad Max style plane? Like, I want like the desert, the post-apocalyptic, or like, like a Fallout plane, like a post-apocalyptic. I think that would be super cool. We don't really have anything like that, do we? I can't think of a post-apocalyptic or like desert world style plane. There's so many cool things like that that seem doable. But then instead, I was expecting Mad Max, and then it was more like blue turtle shells from Mario Kart, which is fine. It was just not the vibe I was expecting. I mean, so man, I'm not like, I've watched a couple of Mad Max movies. They're not like my favorite of all time, but they're fine. I think personally, I would love to see Wizards interpret something like a Mad Max world. Like I think that's been some of the best sets. Like, Innistrad's influenced by horror or whatever. Theros is influenced by mythology. I think the Magic take on that kind of post-apocalyptic race world would be really cool. I would also be fine with a straight up Universes Beyond set, especially if it focused on like the world and stuff like that rather than just like character. Dune would be super cool. Yeah, Civ 6 ceremony probably means something bad's about to happen. Oh, they're gonna try to Civ 6 out Dr. Doom. That's what they're trying to do. So I think we actually, okay, so because of this, we actually just have to pass. And when they play Dr. Doom, who is not a villain, when Dr. Doom enters, they're going to try to stack their triggers. After they stack their triggers, we're going to kill the Dr. Doom. So opponent gets to make a bunch of tokens. We kill the Dr. Doom. Well, I guess we just... So this is a 2-2. They're both 2-2s. Well, let's play the land and just run out. I guess this to make them discard a card. The problem with Thunderbolt Conspiracy is going to be, can we actually get it down? Like, can we actually get it down? Can we find time to get a 4-mana enchantment on the battlefield? Opponent's up. Well, I gotta imagine this has got to be about the dream draw for our opponent. Like, on the play, turn 3 Sip Sig, double Dr. Doom in hand. I imagine that has got to be as good as it gets for what our opponent's trying to do over there. Whoa! All right, so we're seeing the Sip Sig Ceremony Dr. Doom nut draw opponent. Gonna draw some cards. I mean, that is a sweet synergy. It is a little awkward that it's disruptible by removal, like we saw. Like, instant speed removal actually just beats it. It's kind of awkward. But it's gonna beat us right here, that's for sure. Actually, since we're not supposed to scoop, I think we actually just shock ourselves. We actually just shock ourselves. And pass the turn. I'm not tearing down our opponent's deck. I just play a lot of decks like this, and I know this is kind of the dream, right? If you're doing against the odds Sip Ceremony Dr. Doom, the turn 3 Sip Sig, it double Dr. Doom is kind of exactly what you're hoping for. About it. It's a cool synergy. Like, takes advantage of the fact, if you can dodge the instant speed removal, it takes advantage of the fact that once you make the tokens, Dr. Doom is indestructible, right? So you get to keep it even through the Sip Sig Ceremony destroying it. Opponent gets in. Yeah, we're super dead. Hey, what's up, Needle Kane? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip here for you. Thank you. Well, cool to see Sip Sig Ceremony pop off. Do you feel like an against odds deck you brew could actually become tier 1? Has there been a deck that really became a big deal post against odds? I mean, against odds decks are kind of intentionally not competitive. So I can't think of an against the odds deck. Like, decks like Hammer Time, but that was like, I think, played on budget Magic. Mono Red Prison in Modern, that was on Much Brew. Like, so there's definitely decks that I've built that have become real decks, but I'm not sure I can think of an against the odds deck that became like a real deck. There's been against the odds decks that like I played in someone's 5-0 league with or something that have been, but like as far as like winning a GP or something. This seems fine. I mean, in general, the idea of against the odds is to try to do a spectacular thing, even if you're doing that thing like 20-30% of the time. And that's kind of like exactly the opposite of what you're trying to do in a tournament. In a tournament, you're trying to win, 52% of the time very consistently. Like it values, I think, exactly the opposite of what tournament Magic values, where tournament Magic values consistency, but against the odds decks kind of value doing a spectacular thing every once in a while. Hammer Time, I know, yeah, so definitely played a role in popularizing it. I don't remember the exact origins. Like, I know I played on budget Magic, and it was like it became a big deal after that. I don't know if someone else, like, I don't remember how I got the idea. If it was a list I saw, someone was like 10 years ago now. So I don't remember the exact details of whether how I was inspired by it, but definitely played a role in that. I mean, out of all decks, if there was a deck that I actually would feel comfortable being like, I feel like I created that, it would be, it would definitely be Mono Red Prison in Modern. Like, I know that's one deck I know that, like, because of my video, they started an MTG Salvation thread and people started brewing with it, and then it became a real deck. So that's one deck where I actually would feel comfortable being like, okay, I think I like kind of created that and it became a real deck. But a lot of times Magic decks are just like, it's so, ew, another starting town. But a lot of times Magic decks are so there's so many people working on them and doing different things that the exact deck origins are just so convoluted that a lot of times I feel like it's best to just be like, you help popularize it or like whatever, promote it or something like that, because there's just so many people. There's times when even I know I feel like that I like build a deck, but then if you actually look around, someone else played it in a tournament somewhere first somewhere, and you're like, oh, we had the same idea. Like Hammer Time, I definitely did a lot to help popularize, but like I said, I don't remember. I don't remember for sure. Like, I know I played it on Budget Magic. I don't remember if I just, like, was like, I want to build Hammer Time for Budget Magic and build a budget deck, and it worked, and then people started playing it. Or if there was, like, someone that played a Hammer Time deck, and I was like, oh, that'd be a sweet budget deck, and I made my own budget version of it and played it. So, it's just so long ago, I don't remember. I don't remember the exact details. But I definitely, like, I know I played a role in helping popularize it for sure. Like, at a minimum, that much I'm pretty confident is true. But I don't know, I just would rather take less credit for things than take too much credit. Like, I think it's better to be humble about stuff. So given the choice, I would rather just go with, unless I'm, like, very sure that, like, there was no other influence on it, I'd rather just be, you know, helping popularize things and getting credit for it. I'm sure there's also a lot of like synergies that we, because we just play. The other thing you got to consider is we just play so much stuff. The way a lot of people play Magic is they build a deck and play that deck for a few months or for a few weeks, and then they build another deck. When we just play 5-6 decks a week, so there's so many synergies that like show up on against the odds, and then I'm like, oh, later, oh, what was the one? What was the combo? The crazy cursed mirror combo. Like, we played that and made a big deal about it. And I think there was like a viewer sent me like a idea of the combo, but not a deck list, but like, oh, there's this loop that you can go infinite with Cursed Mirror. And then not Cursed Mirror. What is the one from Dustmourne? The 4-mana cursed 4-mana artifact that copies a spell. I think it was a viewer that sent me a deck and was like, or not a deck, but sent me this synergy and was like, oh, did you know you can do this loop? And I was like, it's cool, I'm gonna have to build a deck around that. And then at like the next pro tour, there was a pro deck built around that same synergy, not the same deck list, but it turns out that the synergy actually was very good. So there's definitely situations like that. What do we do? Get rid of Enduring Vitality? I feel like it's got to be a combo deck, so I feel like we got to get rid of Enduring Vitality because that's the combo piece. I imagine this is a Squirrel Girl combo deck. It's got to be, right? It's got to be. Curse Recording! Thank you, Rumble Grinder. That's what I was trying to think of. And in some sense, I don't really know. Do we even... And up to. All right, we're going to say no, because we don't want to give them back Badger Bowl Cup, but we do want to get rid of Enduring Vitality. And then I guess we're at 10. I guess I want to hit him with the Super Scroll, but I think we better not hit him with the Super Scroll. The Spot. Oh, he's actually a superhero. Or a super villain. I didn't actually realize there was a character in there. The one I can remember being owned by someone, name inspired by like a particular player, is Bad Blue-White Control, also known as Blue-White Cheons. Oh, I remember that from LSV too. The new land cycle seems okay. I think it really just depends on, probably great in the early access deck, because it really depends on how many... What does this mean? So we take 5. Yeah, I think we just take it. I think we take it because we mean Thunderbolt Conspiracy. So Blood Crypt tapped. We're still kind of just dying to the Bossing Save. What is this deck even? Is this just random Badger Mole Cub? It's got to be trying to combo with Squirrel Girl, right? Otherwise it's just kind of Badger Mole Cub stuff. Well, we're going to see a Thunderbolt's Conspiracy. Is it enough? Baron Zemo is in a deck, but I don't really have a deck. I haven't really built a deck around it. But it's in, I think, it might be in this deck. It's in one of the villains decks. There's a couple copies of it. But kind of just for value. I would love an online format that randomly generates a 2,000 card pool to see what people come up with instead of just adapting existing decks. That'd be sweet. That'd be super sweet. That's actually kind of a cool idea. I've been missing like a smaller format. Like, I love bigger formats. We have tons of options, but I've realized since they made standard a bigger format, I also like those smaller formats that are a little lower powered also like serve a purpose and kind of scratch an itch. Wow. All right, so we will block and block. And Thunderbolt Conspiracy. So they kill the Skrull, but now it comes back as a hero. What is Thunderbolt Conspiracy in Marvel terms? I imagine it's a movie or a comic book where the bad guys became the good guys, like, based on how the card plays. That would be my guess. But, like, what actually, is that what it's referring to? Is that what it is? No, I want something like old standard. I want something that's like 1,000 to 2,000 cards. Even, it's kind of funny, I used to hate block constructed, but now I'm even kind of missing block constructed. But I kind of just miss a like lower powered, smaller card pool format. So something like 2,000, I don't know about literally random cards. 2,000 literally random cards might be, well, an opponent, gonna go infinite. And I guess that does it. And Squirrel Girl, gonna do the thing. And pass the turn. And there's just no... I mean, we can kill the Squirrel Girl, but it doesn't actually matter, right? Super Skrull can kill something. Yeah, I gotta say my overall impression of heroes and villains is they're probably going to be commander. They're probably going to be more commander things than standard things. Like, Super Skrull seems like a fun 5-color commander. They're just so, like, standard's so powerful. Standard's so powerful that it's just tough. It's tough to make 4 mana, 5 mana, kind of do nothing right away cards actually competitive. About it. Llanowar Elves. I mean, I didn't really like block constructed when it was a thing. And a Crater Hoof, and sure. Opponent. Grixis, what do you like about Grixis villains in Gorge Thunder? One of the few archetypes in Pokemon that is ever referred to by the player who made it was somebody, ironically enough, named Cromat. Some Pokemon sets were called Crow X, with Crow as a prefix when it's on the same style. Oh, interesting. Oh, you definitely play 2 or 3 color decks in standard. That is for sure. There's some good 2 and 3. I mean, it's the number 1 color combination. There's even 4 color controls, so there's definitely good enough mana to play multiple colors. I think the big issue with heroes and villains, or one of the biggest issues, is I think their good cards are 2 things, which is kind of expensive. Like, in standard in general, you got to cost 1 or 2 mana to be competitive, and I think for heroes and villains, a lot of their best cards are like 3, 4, 5 mana, like the strongest cards. So I think that's one concern, is just they're not that efficient for how fast standard is. And the other issues are very legendary. So how many you can play of them becomes tricky. One of the nice things about villains is you get to play these random commons that are still villains, but yeah, we'll get rid of strategic betrayal. Like Red Room Recruiter, not legendary, 2-drop, and ends up being a 2/3, and it connives. I actually think that's kind of a key card. Yeah, let's. Yeah, let's play the Hydra Troopers. Mill a couple cards. All right, and then Tombstone can get back. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Tombstone can get back the Carnage. All right, there's the Serpent Society. Opponent gonna get in. Well, we will kill the Finn. Well, now I kind of regret discarding the Edict. Would have been actually super nice there. Well, let's see how many of these our opponent drew. So we'll kill the Serpent Society. If they draw a second one, it's hexproof. Best turn. Oh, about it. Well, hopefully they don't have another Serpent Society or we are seriously in trouble. Found it. Overgrown Tube. Untapped. And Bloodletter of Aclazot. So interesting. Why Bloodletter of Aclazot's in the... Huh. Well, play the land, play the Tombstone. Get back a Carnage. And then... Actually, we can wait, right? We can wait. Let's just pass. Although if we lose life, can we afford to take 4? Probably not. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's wait. Let's see what Bloodletter does. Powder that adapts and Damping Sphere. I know, I was thinking about that in Gorge Thunder. I was thinking earlier, I kind of wish the Commander set and the Standard set were flipped. And the Commander cards are legal in Standard, and the Standard cards for the Commander set. I think it would actually be kind of... Or this is so funny, because it's the opposite of making things smaller. But with how big things are now, maybe you just say, screw it and make everything legal. Like, if there's already going to be like 5,000-6,000 cards in Standard, what if you just let the Commander precon cards in too? Like, is it actually going to make that much of a difference? I don't know if it actually would. Well, this is kind of sweet because now look at these villain synergies. We can Bitter Triumph, discard a card. I'm very afraid it's going to auto tap us. All right, Bitter Triumph, discard a card. Get rid of the Bloodletter. Pitch the Carnage. And then we can Carnage with Mayhem from the graveyard. And then Carnage can get back the Red Room Recruiter to connive. And discard a Blood Crypt. Oh, we could use a Thanos. A Thanos would actually be kind of nice. We haven't seen Thanos like at all with this deck. All right, well, pass the turn. We have a Black Cat in hand. Bone it. I'm gonna Dark Deeds. Get rid of the Carnage. Yeah, Soul Ring would be an issue. Ooh, all right. There's the Hexproof Serpent Society. Opponent's gonna get in for 2. Sure. Down to 10. Ooh, Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom or Black Cat? It probably got to be Dr. Doom. Yeah, we got to wait. It's got to be Dr. Doom. We need the Doom bots. We need the card draw. We have to attack with the Red Room Recruiter, unfortunately. Opponent's going to block. So we'll sack a tombstone. Draw a card. The Grave Pact on the Serpent Society, it's actually very annoying. The Grave Pact mode is actually super obnoxious. We were sacking so many creatures. Yeah, I mean, Doom would be great on defense if it wasn't for the Serpent Society edicting away our board. Opponent gets back a Serpent Society. Legend rules to get rid of the Doctor Doom. Well, that is sad. Opponent passes. Okay, so I think we Reckwitting Hex. Get rid of the Cecil. Nothing to sacrifice. Black Cat. What can we find in our opponent's deck? Not much. So I guess we go Cecil and Bloodletter? And yeah, we have to kill the Ral. We got to do it. So opponent's gonna block. Ral dead. Pass the turn. Man, this game's been close. Opponent, another Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Well, we will block. Let's Cecil and land on villain. Where's our Thanos? Where is our Thanos? Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Kill the Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Hit you for 6 down to 10. All right, what do you got, opponent? What do you have about it? This has actually been one of the most interesting games we played, I think. As far as just how close the game's been. Opponent gonna kill the Bloodletter.
Be gone from my presence.
Oh. 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 Wait, can we do this? So black, white, red. So we Thanos. I mean, this should work, right? We Thanos. We power up Thanos. We choose odds. We snap them. We get rid of the Professor Dalienfeld, and we have found the way. We have found the way past the Serpent Society. The answer is Thanos the Mad Titan, and now we have a 6/6 lifelinker. Are we going to win this? That was what we were waiting. We needed the Thanos. The Thanos off the top was absolutely huge. Wait, did someone say they loved KCI? Oh, no. Oh, that deck. I mean, I think KCI is an interesting quirk of Magic's history. Like, I'm kind of in a way glad that it existed, I guess. But boy, it is a miserable deck. Opponent. Another Serpent Society. It never ends. Well, let's connive on the Thanos. Draw even more lands. Play a land. And I guess we're just done. We cannot get out from under this. Also, somehow, I don't know how this is possible. Our opponent has drawn 4 lands and 16 spells. They have drawn 4 lands and 20 cards. They're not even like, that's the first surveil they've done. They're not manipulating anything. All right, we got to top deck another Thanos. No, that's not another Thanos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I mean, that does it. Turns out we draw way too many lands. I mean, Lantern Control also handed out some some good life lessons, I would say. Cool. All right. So, all right. I think we're done with villains and heroes. I think villains and heroes might be. I guess that's true. We looked at them. We did look at them. But it doesn't exile all of them, right? You only take 2 of them. Wait, would that change? I mean, I guess it technically changes it, but random is still random, right? Like if you put a card on the bottom, it's still kind of random. All right. What else? What else do we do? Let's try the Hulk scam deck. I'm interested in the Hulk scam. Let's try the Hulk scam. I feel like the Hulk scam at least has the potential to do something interesting and powerful. Hulk smash. Did you just play against Ash Lizzle? I don't know. Did we just play against Ash Lizzle? I haven't noticed Ash Lizzle's name. Maybe. Was Ash Lizzle playing a Death Touch deck? If so, then probably. Well, all right. I mean, we got a Hulk. We got an Airbender. Let's see if it works. If Ash Lizzle was playing a Death Touch deck, then probably Gene Pollinator. But I didn't notice the name, but I guess I didn't pay close attention. I was paying attention to the game, so maybe I played Ash Lizzle without realizing it. Well, all right, Airbend the Bruce Banner, and that's what the deck's trying to do. 2-mana Hulk coming. Is it enough? Is a turn 3 2-mana 8/8 enough in Standard in 2026? That is the question. I know when we were talking about this on the podcast. Oh, is Shield Maiden Ash Lizzle's name? Oh, then yes, we did play against Ash Lizzle if that's her Twitch name. All right, I mean turn 3 Hulk. Turn 3 Hulk pass turn. Found it. Rabbit. This is like the net deck of early access day, I swear. It's the net deck of early access day. I think I played against 3 different people playing this exact same list, which is kind of hilarious. Found it passes. Well, playing Mountain. We need to Lightning Helix the Virulent Emissary so we can attack with the Hulk. Go to combat. Hit ya. For 8. And I think we just pass the turn, leave up the Helix. It's kind of cute that we can Helix the Hulk to try to go that way. Opponent's going to eat a Badger Mole Cub. Put a counter on Shang-Chi. Okay. I mean, we did the thing. Is the thing good enough, though? Found at land. Rapid Rescue. Gonna mill a couple cards. Gets a Shang-Chi. So they not going for the Squirrel Girl? I mean, I think with the light, if we don't have to use this Lightning Helix. Okay, so there's the Squirrel Girl. But they don't have mana to activate it, right? Okay. So they make a Squirrel. Opponent passes. Okay, wait, do we get to Hulk Smash him? I think we might get to Hulk Smash him. So, play the land. So, okay, Hulk's ability. Whenever it's dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If he's attacking, untap him, there's an additional combat phase. So if we attack our opponent here, we get in with the Hulk. We see if our opponent blocks. They do not. So we Lightning Helix the Hulk to get an extra combat step. So we hit our opponent for 9. Hulk Smash. And now our opponent has to block or they die. So the one way they can stay alive is they need to block with the Squirrel Girl. They block with the Squirrel. They use Agatha Soul Cauldron to exile something to put a counter on it. And then we kill all that stuff. Yeah, this is exactly enough to keep our opponent alive. Oh, we were so close to winning there. So Hulk smashes them. Opponent goes to 5. We stock up. Hit a couple Airbenders reversals, but that's it. Past the turn. Oh, that was so close to being good. No, they had just the Agatha Soul Cauldron, the +1/+1 counter, just enough to keep him alive. And opponent, last card, Michelangelo's Technique. And they find Enduring Vitality and Badger Mole Cub, which I think means with Soul Cauldron they just win, right? That should just be infinite, I believe. I believe, because you can exile the unbeatable Squirrel Girl, and you got all the pieces, so... Except, no, they have no squirrel, so I guess they need at least one squirrel, right? Or the ability is going to do nothing with no squirrels. Well, opponent gets and hits us. Ugh, we draw land. All right, well, we will pass the turn and see what happens. And now our opponent... Okay, gonna eat a Shang-Chi. Yeah. Agatha Soul Cauldron is such a crazy card. They need a single squirrel and they go infinite. Pound at combat, pound it goes attacking. Well, let's destroy a Badger Mole Cub. Destroy a Shang-Chi. We have a bunch of flip cards. If we can just draw some of our flip cards and cast them, that would be kind of helpful. Like, we have enough mana now that we can kind of just cast them. Yeah, we have done a lot of flooding out with some of these decks. Found it. Yeah, so we're taking what, 7? We're down to 14. Opponent passes. We find even more lands. Well, pass the turn. Opponent, Furdock Core. All right, so there's a squirrel, and that should be game, right? Opponent, get it. Oh, no. Well, they should. This is not just infinite. They have everything exiled this Soul Cauldron. How can this not be infinite? They exile a Bruce. I don't know if our opponent. Wait. Do they have enough mana? So they have a squirrel. This makes 6 mana. I guess, oh, they don't have haste anymore. They don't have haste from the Shang-Chi. That's the issue. All right, Quarry Mountain Monastery. No way. Oh, that's a Hulk, but we can't cast the backside. And that actually is going to do it. All right, Quarry Mountain Monastery. Ah! Good Lord! Good Lord, the lands! Ha! Well, I gotta say, yeah, they have Shang-Chi's ability, just not the haste from it. Are we in a world where a turn 3 8/8 is not playable? That might be the world we live in. We might live in a world where a turn 3 8/8 is just not good enough. I think that's that's why that sounds so crazy that a turn 3 8/8 that can take extra combats and grow itself might just not be good enough. Getting back into Pauper after a short break. What deck should I build? Oh, I mean, probably Hawkeye's Bow combo. That's the new hotness that everyone's talking about from the new set. But, I mean, I think it probably depends. My perception of the Pauper meta. Well, this hand's so close to being good. We're still gonna keep it. Like, we can do the scamming with Gwen Stacy. We don't have blue mana for the Hulk, sadly. But we can turn 2 Gwen Stacy, turn 3 Airbend it. Or maybe we draw blue mana for the Hulk. Mount it. Avengers Tower. Origins of the Avengers. Gonna do some scrying. Do we need... We might just need to answer this now, actually. There's the... Okay. So in that case, I think we just Seam Rip, get rid of the Origins of the Avengers. Hollowed Fountain, untapped. Get down the Bruce Banner. And then next turn we can Airbend it. And now we play the Hulk and we see... I wish Hulk had haste. It should have haste. I think it should have haste. Your turn 3/8 gets stuffed by a 1 mana 1 with Death Touch. Yeah, although that's kind of early access day problem because I don't think there's any 1/1 Death Touches that actually see play in Standard. So I think that's more of a product. I mean, maybe we see Findex popping off, but that's not something I'd be overly concerned about. I'm trying to think, is there a small Death Toucher that sees play? I know it was awkward last game that we had to kill the Virulent Emissary or whatever. Opponent. Cloak and Dagger. Well, I have bad news, opponent. We have a lot of airbending cards in our deck. Alright, Bruce Banner has been airbended. Play the Sacred Foundry, pass the turn. I mean, the Hulk's coming. Hulk Smash is coming. Is it enough? It's turn 4 Hulk. Is turn 4 Hulk enough? So I would say the thing that's awesome about Pauper is the meta is very diverse. And there's a lot of different play styles. So you can be Affinity, you can be like blue Spellslinger style decks, you can be red like Burn style Madness decks. So there's actually a ton of different... Yeah, let's play the Gwen Stacy. So there's a ton of different directions you can go. So I would say, if you're looking to get back into Pauper, I really think that it's more dependent on what playstyle you enjoy than the meta. Like, in some formats, you have 2 or 3 competitive decks, and it's like, well, you kind of got to make do with that. But Pauper's not really like that. Pauper, you can be anything from Tron to Burn to Affinity to, like, a Delver-style Spellslinger deck. So I think it's really, what are you going to enjoy playing? What do you find fun? Like, for me, I like combo decks. So I'd probably play, maybe, like, Spy Combo would be kind of fun. I like Panza. I'd probably play the Panza deck. So there's a few options like that, but I really think it's kind of a personal preference thing. I can't believe how expensive the meta decks for Pauper are now. They've definitely increased. Although they're still like, I don't know, $75 to $100, I would say it seems like on average. Which is obviously still a lot of money, but compared to a lot of other formats, it still seems relatively budget friendly. Bonnet. Passing. So we can Shiko, but we have nothing to Shiko? We can also transform this. Well, we play the land. I mean, we're definitely Hulk smashing. Actually, do we even Hulk? Do we have to stay on defense with the Hulk? This does have Death Touch, so they can trade, but that's fine. Yeah, all right, we're gonna get in. We're gonna get in. Get in with the Hulk. Opponent's gonna take it down to 12, and then I think we just play Shiko on defense. And we can airbend the Gwen Stacy. So then next turn we play the Ghost Spider? All right. How many heroes you got, opponent? Opponent draws with the Origin. Okay, no hero to put into play. Interesting. Yeah, I think Pauper is a very good format. I definitely played a lot of Panza, but Panza is an archetype that existed. I mean, Panza comes from the 90s. Like, Panza, the archetype, in some form or another, existed before I even played Magic. So I love Panza decks, and I played a ton of them. So maybe I've helped bring awareness to them, but I definitely didn't create Panza by any stretch. That archetype's been around for. I mean, what's the story? Panzerata Red from a pizzeria in Wisconsin that sold a calzone that was like called the Panzerata, and the person who built the deck first liked to go to that pizzeria, so they named the deck Panza. So yeah, that's the full origin story. This Captain America, if it lives, can actually kind of pop off. Wait, where'd they get double strike from? Oh, they double strike from, I see. Yep. Practiced offense. I want to see how you feel about this deck. Let me see. Actually, so I don't, as much as I hate Tron as a general rule, I don't actually hate Tron in Pauper. So I don't hate Tron in Pauper. I think in Pauper it's like fine. It doesn't really bother me. I think actually like the idea that deck's kind of fun, like Blinking Stonehorde Dignitary, that's actually something I really like. So like Muldrifter, Mnemonic Wall Loops, like that's all stuff I find really fun. So I actually, honestly, I guess I'm kind of a dirty Tron player in Pauper. Honestly, at this point, it's funny because I don't even really hate Tron in Modern anymore. Like, oh man, Tron was my most hated deck, like, 2016 or whatever. My god, did I hate Tron. It was so brutal. But at this point, if I play Modern and I run into Tron, I'm kind of like, oh, that's cute. Oh, I remember you. But it's just like, when it's like a tier whatever it is now, is just so much less offensive and troubling, and now it's actually kind of fun. Honestly, I think that happens to a lot of archetypes and cards in a broad sense. Like, I would say, I don't know how many of you played during Siege Rhino. People hated Siege Rhino when it was in Standard, and now I would say Siege Rhino is one of the more beloved cards. Like, now people love Siege Rhino. They think, oh, it's Siege Rhino. Look at back. Oh man, can you imagine a Standard where Siege Rhino would be like one of the best cards? That's got to be awesome. But at the time when people were playing with Siege Rhino, people hated Siege Rhino. They hated it. Oh yeah, most people hated it. They wanted it banned. Like, I think I hated it. I'm pretty sure that's why the 34 Rhinos deck existed. It was memeing on how heavily played, oh no, we're getting verged. We're getting brutally verged. Oh, we can't even turn on the verge. Oh, that's awkward. That's super awkward. All right, well, Corymont Monastery go. Oh, opponent. Opponent is all about the discard. All about the discard. All right, duress into pilfer, sure. Sure, opponent. Opponent passes. We draw. Chico's actually not the worst draw. Like, we'll get to it eventually. We play this Gwen Stacy. We really could use some blue mana. Blue mana. Airbender Ascension. All right, well, pass the turn. And opponent fell. What are they trying to do with their lives? I'm so confused. What is our opponent's goal? Discard. Horrible removal spell into Robot Domin. We have had some ridiculous. We have had some ridiculous bad running with mana today. My goodness. Wow. Oh my god, okay, wait at it, Reddit. It took us a long time, but we have successfully drawn a land that lets us cast a spell. We're doing it. So let's take a Verge, take a Bruce Banner, play a Bruce Banner. I mean, next turn we get to Shiko, play the Gwen Stacy. It's not bad if you kill the Bruce Banner, we get to do that. Opponent, yeah, gonna kill it. We're going to show you for killing all of our stuff, opponent. We are about to show you. We're going to Shiko. And look out. Shiko got something to say. We are going to get a Ghost Spider first. I'm sorry, Hulk, but... Oh no, do you have Graveyard Hate? Oh, thank goodness. All right. Ghost Spider. And Ghost Spider is better than the Hulk here just because it has haste. All right. Worse than the Hulk here because our opponent has got another Dark Deed. Found it. Okay. They're running out. They're running out. They're running out. They're running out. Bandits. Okay, opponent. Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. We will discard a Bruce Banner. Sure. Level it up. Level it up. Level it up, opponent. That's fine. We even draw the land. We will shock. We will seam rip. Get rid of the Bandits talent. And now the Hulk. He is angry. He is angry about all the discard and all the removal. And he is here to do some smashing. All right, opponent. Oh, don't draw another fell, please. Please, just accept some Hulk smashes. Oh, they passed. Okay. It looks like our opponent might accept some Hulk smashes. Wait, do we win here? I think we win here. Lightning Helix, the Hulk. The Lightning Helix, the Hulk plan actually is an insane amount of damage. Like, it hasn't been winning a lot of games, but that does just let us kill you out of nowhere once it gets down. Oh, okay. We did it. We did it. Uh-oh. Be careful how you word things. What did I say? I think part of it is Modern Tron isn't on Karn anymore. I feel like it's one of the more bad beat things of old Modern Tron is they had turn 3 Karn to play. That is true. That is true. That was a feel bad, right? That was a feel bad of Tron. It was just like the land, high roll Karn turn 3, and it's just the like, what am I supposed to do about this? That was what made it feel bad. Oh, I'm good. Okay. Hey, GG, good screen live. GG. That was actually okay. That was actually a pretty sweet win. Ah, man. Is there a way this deck could actually be? I mean, the Hulk seems sweet when you get. Ooh, we get She-Hulk, the sensational She-Hulk. All right, let's do some scamming. Let's see what happens. Ooh, let's play Sacred Foundry. Pass the turn. Are you a fan of Marvel? Oh, I am infamously someone who doesn't even know anything about Marvel. I do not know what an X-Man is. All I know about Marvel, I have learned from two places. Ooh, Fang Foom. All I know from Marvel, I know from two places. One is other shows spoofing Marvel, which I guess is mostly Rick and Morty that I can think of that did a bunch of spoofs with like Mr. Nimbus and stuff. And then hanging around Krim, whatever knowledge I don't have of Marvel, Krim makes up for and then some, because I don't think there's anyone that loves Marvel as much as Krim does. Like, and I'm not even joking. Like, I think he might actually know more about Marvel than just about anyone. Do we want to kill Fang Foom? Or do we want to airbend Fang Foom is the question. We don't have a million basics, so we're probably going to get kind of wrecked. She-Hulk. So if we flip it, we just have to... We have to airbend it, right? Like... Alright. We'll do our thing. Yeah, starting down, I guess, is probably a good idea. I don't know how often... I mean, yeah, starting down seems like a good idea. Hopefully we're not casting those things, or else things are going pretty poorly. But having the option is good. It'll take some rebuilding in the mana base, because starting down probably means you got to get rid of the Verges. So it probably takes a mana base rebuild to some extent. And I think we're kind of dead here. Like, when we play this, I guess Sensational She-Hulk does have reach, which is something. That is something. So whenever it is a creature is dealt damage, you can have it deal that much damage to any target once each turn. Opponent. Sandworm. What is the Fang Foom doing, though? When I built Fang Foom, I was wondering, like, you have Magnetic Alkite and so forth, but those cards don't actually work with, you don't double them with Fang Foom. Oh, opponent. I mean, we are just dead if you swing. Opponent did realize that we're dead if they swing. I think Crim's love of it may be making him blind to the faults of the set and overly defensive when criticized. I mean, I think it's tough, right? I think it's tough when it's something you care about, when you care about personally, and then you feel like everyone else or a lot of people might be bashing something you care about. But I do think that's also like, I think it's natural, right, that you're going to have some amount of bias there. Like, if it's something that's very important to you and you care about a lot, of course you're not going to have the most objective take. I think that's not even a Crim thing. That's just like a human thing. Like, that's just how our brains work. So I think it actually is true. It does make I think it makes for interesting casts sometimes because we have sometimes very opposite opinions about things. I mean, we do have a starting town in there. I guess we have to... Is it worth maxing them out? Maybe. How much do... So, like, the only things that are not cast... So you can't cast... Easily cast the 6 mana part of that. And then this needs double green, so that's kind of an even bigger ask. I mean, it's probably worth playing with more starting towns. The downside is more painful mana, but I think it's probably worth it. If you want to go further, you can play multiversal passages, but I'm not sure that's worth it. Multiversal passages are especially good with verges because there's another way to turn them on. So maybe just something like that. Overall, it's kind of funny. I think what Crim said during the podcast is maybe correct, that like, yes, the Hulk scam thing works, but a 8 mana 3/3 just might not be good enough, which is kind of crazy. Do you have any 5-color decks? Yeah, we played some 5-color heroes. Let's try the equipment deck. Let's try Jessica equipment. And then this might be our final deck of the stream. Let's see. So what's your impression of Standard now that you've seen some early access? Is there anything that jumps out to you? Is there anything that jumps out to you as a threat from the set to the top of the meta? Out of everything we've seen so far, like if we look, so we know what Standard's about, right? Like Standard, it's essentially Izzet / Jeskai Lessons, which is basically Izzet splashing for Jeskai Revelation, but it's the Lessons deck with Jeskai Revelation. So is it Badger Mole Cub, Demir Excruciator, and then you get down to like a little Momo, little 4-color control. 4 colors kind of got taken over by Jeskai Lessons, which is kind of Izzet Lessons. Is there anything we've seen that seems like it could actually compete? I think the Squirrel Girl combo, I could see that being a real tier 3 deck, right? Like, is it better than the other Badger Mole Cub decks? I don't know if it's better or not, but it seems interesting enough, and it like plays all the good cards with Badger Mole already, that like I think that could be something that people try. Maybe it's like the airbending combo where it gets some hype and people try it, but then airbending combo didn't really take off as a top tier deck. So I think that might be a possibility. I'm trying to think, what else have we played with or against? This seems like it might be able to shake up like the top tiers of the meta. The Hulk, yeah. I mean, I could see Hulk showing up. We already have like Shiko casting Gwen Stacy. We've already seen people doing that. So I could see the Hulk being part of that plan. Like, if that's what your plan is, I don't know why you wouldn't play a couple copies of the Hulk too. Or maybe it replaces the Gwen Stacy. I'm honestly not sure. It's kind of funny. Hulk is bigger, but then at the same time, you get haste out of the Gwen Stacy one. So I'm actually not sure which is just like overall. It's probably situational. Which is better. Mass Meower. So it's got to be heroes. Well, let's just play a Planisphere for now. Get down the Planisphere. Equipment number 1. Serpent Society actually seemed very good in the early access meta. I worry that it might be too fair for like, because what we haven't played with, or what we haven't seen much of, is the control decks. So I do wonder in the like more controlling meta how it'll hold up. But man, if you're playing a creature deck, just all the creatures having death touch and some of them also being like a grave pack when they die is actually very strong. So I think there's going to be matchups where that deck really shines. Shiko and She-Hulk. Yeah, I mean, I think they all kind of fit. I think when it comes down to it, Shiko, Gwen Stacy, She-Hulk, Actual Hulk, I think all those cards, like, can serve a purpose with the Shiko deck. Maybe end up in a world where people play, like, one of them. Because they're legendary, so maybe you play, like, 2 each to not legend rule yourself as much. But I do think those all serve a purpose, and will, with the Shiko synergy in specific, we'll see some play. Well, I think we just got a chainsaw Nick Fury. Hey, what's up, Cat Cam fan? How are you? We played against a bunch of Serpent Society, but we haven't played with Serpent Society yet. But it's been a pretty popular... I think the most popular thing we've seen from other people, heroes, lots of people playing like some... from 2-color to 5-color hero decks, so lots of those. Little bit of villains. Serpent Society's been popular. Squirrel Girl's been popular. Am I forgetting anything else? Those seem like the biggest. Fang Foom. Fang Foom. We've seen a few different versions of Fang Foom. Well, I think we need to. 1, 2. I think we just Birthright Boon with Kellen. Tutor up an equipment. Get another chainsaw. Play the chainsaw. Sadly, we can't kill the Captain America. But we can kill the Quicksilver. And rev up the chainsaws. And then, I guess we hit you with the Planisphere. I mean, this Gilgamesh is coming. The Master of Arms is coming. What do you think of my deck for a budget Commander League? Ooh, let me see, Corneas. Budget Commander League. Ooh, Quintorius, eh? Opponent going to Origins of the Avengers. I think this card's pretty good in... I mean, I think this is definitely good in a Heroes deck. It's looked solid. Like, it's only 2 mana. It kind of reminds me of Restoration of a Ganju a little bit. Like... just like it's relatively cheap. You get a little bit of value out of it. If you ever, we haven't seen it much, which is funny because I figured it happened a lot more. But when we played or played against it, haven't seen a lot of the double 3-drop turns. I think that's the biggest upside is like you play this on turn 2, turn 3 free 3-drop plus play a 3-drop. That's a lot of power on the battlefield. We haven't seen that happen as much as I thought it would, but I still think it's pretty good. Opponent Nick Fury, gonna get in, gonna pump, gonna hit us. Down to 12. We draw land. Well, let's play a Kellen. Play a tap land. Do we attack? Yeah, I mean... I think we have to. Let's get in there. Down to 12. The race is on. Alright. Free hero? All right, Gwen Stacy, opponent can exile a card. It is, Captain America. And there's a Captain America. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, we need this Gilgamesh to be really, really real. Even more lands. Good lord. We are so good at throwing so many more lands in our opponents. Gilgamesh. Okay, Mjolnir. That is actually kind of an insane bunch of hits. Okay. So Chainsaw. Hit the Captain America. Mjolnir hit the Captain America. Put that on the Kellen. Manifest Red, a Mighty Jane Thor. And then Mjolnir on the Gilgamesh. And then go to combat. Get in there. Man, opponent goes to 1. Opponent goes to 1. I mean, that was a great Gilgamesh. That Gilgamesh hit 4 equipment, including giving Kellen flying. So opponent has to chump there to not take the damage from the Planisphere hero token. I mean, maybe this is the hero deck. we have found the hero deck. Found it. And then we have lifelink. We have lifelink on defense. We might actually be okay now. Like, our opponent's only got 1 card in hand. Opponent gonna sack, gonna discard, get rid of Phil Collins, rev up the chainsaws. And opponent gonna drop to 4. All right, piss turn. Counters on everything. I don't think we're dead, though. I don't think we're dead. And if we're not dead, we start gaining back life. We can even start putting chainsaws on things and just gaining huge amounts of life. Chainsaw actually seems like a reasonable removal. I know it's sorcery speed, but like if you have equipment synergies, you can tutor it up, you can Gilgamesh it, like it actually is fine. It's like a lightning. An opponent scoops it up, and we got there with the equipment. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was pretty fun actually. Quintorius, a budget Quintorius. So is this like a combo deck? It doesn't seem like super combo-y. Quintorius is definitely a fun commander. Lots of neat synergies. What is the budget? Like around I don't see a total deck price. I mean it seems sweet. I like it. Quintorius is fun. Lots of fun things to do with Quintorius. Yeah, it seems like a good option for a budget commander league. Oh, 40. Wow, that is like super cheap. The Jolly Nago, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super duper, thank you. Could you have equipped Molgineer to Kellen? So, for mana, so Gilgamesh, when it enters, you put the equipment into play, and then you can equip one to a Samurai. So we couldn't put it on Kellen with Gilgamesh's ability, but if we had a mana, we could pay one in and put Molgineer on it that way. I don't. Those are the only songs I think of too. Paul is the '80s, like kind of ones I consider kind of cringy. Like those are what I think of too. I honestly don't know if I think I like Phil Collins music that much. Well, like, is there a good Phil Collins? Like, what is a good Phil Collins song? What is? And also, didn't Phil Collins do a Disney movie? I know when I made a joke about him doing Lion King. But that was actually Elton John. But I swear, didn't Phil Collins do a Disney movie soundtrack? I feel like my brain... Tarzan, okay. I was going to say, I feel like my brain knows that for some reason. Okay, so that was the one. All right. I knew there was one. That he did. Tarzan. Well, let's play the land pass. We got Tony Stark. Time for some Iron Man action. Blooming Marsh for our opponents. And... ooh, we're going to see some Roots action. Okay. I like that. Let's play a Verge, and I think we just get down Tony Stark first. Let's get down Tony Stark. Start digging for some artifacts. So this is gotta be a Shang-Chi deck, so we're gonna have to Badger Mole Cub deck too. Alright, well, we're gonna have to kill the 2-drops. Dredger's Insight, gonna do some milling, and finds multiple Shang-Chis and makes a plant. Our deck has a lot of removal. Sadly, oh, we don't have red mana. That is... No red mana is going to be potentially deadly here. Oh, there goes our red mana. Oh, play a land, play a cloud. Get Assimilation Aegeus. Pass the turn. We might just be dead, though. Like, or not dead, but we might be too far behind to catch up. Shang-Chi. Oh, double Insidious Roots. Oh, no. Hey, what? Oh, and Overlord of the Baelmerk. Okay. Oh, and a bunch of Aboroids. See, if your deck has a Aboroid, it's just like, how cool can it be? How cool can it be? Found it. Like, all of this is cool. The Roots, I want to play Roots. Roots is super cool. But there's got to be a more interesting win con than a Aboroid. Well, I mean, opponent's popping off because everything taps with haste because of Shang-Chi. And it taps for a ridiculous amount of mana because of Badger-Mole Cub. I swear to God, if you get a Aboroid with this opponent, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to be so sad. Come on, opponent, not that. And Nature's Rhythm for 5. Okay, not an Aboroid. They might have milled their Aboroid. Oh, they're going to... They had to get that to get back the Aboroid. That's what it is. They milled their 2 Aboroids. I think I figured it out. Finally, it gets back the Aboroid. That's what it is. About it. Mills over another Nature's Rhythm. And plays the Aboroid. Okay, so they got their Aboroid after all. Grows all their things. And we draw the red mana, but it's too late to matter. Last turn, the Moldineer wrathing the board would have actually mattered. This turn, not actually relevant. Yeah, I mean, that's Badger-Mole Cub and Aboroid are very good at making big boards. Very good at making big boards, that is for sure. That's kind of their superpower. Just making a huge amount of things on turn 3. So the thing they used to use, Voldaren Thrillseeker rotated. I think you can do it with, like, Callous Sellsword. Like, I think you can. I don't know. The Roots deck I built was trying to do the Fling Wind condition. So we'll see. We'll see once we get to it if it actually works. But my thought was to do the Fling Wind condition. I mean, a Aboroid is an effective win condition. It's just, I don't really like it. I've just seen it so much. It doesn't, wow, the aggressive Golden Saucering winning the flip. Well, we'll play Tony Stark. What is our opponent doing with the Golden Saucer? Found it. Fountain Fort. Scarlet Witch. Passes. Well, let's play the Verge. Assimilation Aegeus. Get rid of the Scarlet Witch. And hit you with the Tony Stark opponent. Down to 19. Tablet of Discovery. I think this is the first Tablet of Discovery we've seen. Not many people playing control decks at the moment, which I guess is kind of nice for early access day, actually. And a Quicksilver, okay. Well, I think we just... Let's Hallowed Fountain untapped. Play the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. So wait, I'm curious. This has never been explained to me, and I'm curious about this. Why is there Woman Thor? I'm so confused. Opponent's going to Firebending Lesson, sure. Why is there... So there's Thor that's a man, and also Mighty Thor that's a woman? And also Thor is a god? No, not gonna watch the movies. That's a non-starter. that's not happening. Jess had all the songs I like written by their keyboardist. Oh, I didn't realize that. So, well, I guess my question is, do they coexist? Like, are Thor and Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, are they like in the same, like, do they coexist at the same time? Or are these like two different things in different worlds? Kind of like, I imagine the Avengers and the Great Lake Avengers I would hope they don't hang out. That would be a little weird to me. I wasn't sure if this was one of those situations or... Oh, Thor is a person, but also a mantle of power. I see. So Thor is more than just a person then. Interesting. Interesting. So Thor is a natural. Okay, so Thor is actually the natural god, and then Jane gets the powers of Thor from the hammer. I see. That makes sense. I mean, it makes sense as much as any Marvel thing makes sense to me, but that actually makes sense. Ooh. Avengers Disassemble, brutal. Thankfully, we should have a couple basics. And let's grab a mountain. Opponent wrasts away our board. Well, let's play a Rubon. Play a land untapped. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Right out the Mighty Thor. Can we not get wrapped again, please? I don't know what our opponents... I'm very curious. Oh, they're just trying to ramp into improv caps? No, I see. I see. Opponent, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. And... Okay. Well, we will play a Molgineer. It's actually kind of great here. To kill the Scarlet Witch. And draw a card. And then, Mighty Thor's gonna pick up, we were just talking about this. I think Mighty Thor is about to pick up the hammer. Mighty Thor picks up the hammer. We go to combat, we attack. Blink out the Planisphere. And Rubon can put the chainsaw on the Mighty Thor. And our opponent's taking a big hit here. We draw another card. This is actually looking good. We draw another card. We get a counter. Pound it down to 4 thanks to the hammer. Okay, can we survive the improv capstone? No more sweepers? No more sweepers? Opponent gonna flip 7 damage. Okay, gonna kill the Mighty Thor. They cannot kill the Rubon without... Oh, they can kill it without dying. Kills the Planisphere. Kills the Jane. Gets their own Molgineer. Not great. Not great. We need a land. We need a land. Pound gonna go to 2. Gotta pay the ward. And Ghost Spider. All right. Now our opponent's got the hammer. It's not good. That's not good. Ghost Spider up to a 6/6, and then you put that onto it. Man, they're gonna win it 2 life. Ah, that's brutal. That's brutal. The power of... Wait. Why did that deal so much damage? What is it getting double strike from? Yeah, double damage from the hammer, but it says double strike too. Like, we survived double damage. Oh. Oh, they powered it up using Quicksilver's ability. I see. Man, maybe we're gonna be seeing more. Maybe we're gonna see more Agatha Soul Cauldrons. Everything goes crazy with Agatha Soul Cauldron, but I guess it's kind of cute with the power up ability. Well, what did we learn? What did we learn about early access? And I gotta say, I don't know what to make of this set. There's some cool things, definitely some interesting stuff going on. I would say, out of the decks we played, I'm not sure many of them felt like they were especially competitive in real standard. I think there's definitely more stuff to explore that I'm very interested in. I feel like Fang Foom, you're gonna have to try that in a different meta. Hulk Smash was good at doing the thing, but the thing wasn't necessarily good enough to actually win games. The villains in hero decks, gonna have to do some, like, I think going 5 colors is just probably not the way to go. I think it's probably gonna have to be like 2 colors, and then we'll see. And I'm not sure if they're gonna be decks now or decks in like a year or two once we get a couple more Marvel sets. Although I am pretty confident that we're gonna end up with a hero villain deck eventually, because I imagine we're just gonna, every time we go to Marvel, we're gonna get more heroes and villains, right? So sooner or later, they're just gonna be kind of like humans in Modern, where you end up at the point where eventually they just print so many humans that you put them all together in the deck just by brute force is good enough. I imagine that we end up there with villains and or heroes eventually, and there's still a ton of cool stuff to left to try over. So I think that set is very fun. There's a lot of cool things to explore, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm hoping that it shakes up standard. I don't know if I'm holding my breath that it's gonna like shake up the top tiers of the meta. But worst case, if it does not shake up the top tiers of the meta, we know we have the shakeup bannings coming in the near future. So if we don't end up with a big shakeup, maybe they do the shakeup with the banning. But anyway, that is Marvel Superheroes. That's our first look at the set. Even though we're wrapping things up for today, don't worry. There's going to be tons of gameplay and so forth coming out in the coming weeks as we explore all the different things with this set. So anyway, everyone, bannings I believe are the end of July. I want to say the like second to last week in July, but that's when they do the. There's two sets of shake-up banning. So we get all these emergency man updates when really they're not supposed to ban anything unless something's really broken. But the shake-up ban update, that's when we got a bunch of bannings last summer. They banned like 7 cards. So they take a little freer hand to ban stuff that like maybe isn't as egregious, but like since we don't have rotations, we need to change things up a bit. So we'll have to see where things end up. But anyway, everyone, reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube for the old streams, normal YouTube, check out that for all the content. One more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom, and most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out this early access day. I will give Baron C's a scratch just for you, Cat Cam fans. So I love y'all, everyone. Be good. Thanks so much for being awesome, and I will talk to you soon.